Let's go. Yo. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast. And that's facts.
What's up, Bear Nation? Welcome to Monsters of the Madhouse, a place where we are live and breathe the NFL draft. We love to live and breathe the NFL draft, man. We're so excited about it. I'm your host, Brandon Trax Hyatt, and I'm here with D Nice, and we're ready to dissect the performances from day 2 of the Senior Bowl like it's the Super Bowl itself. We're talking about the players who could transform our Bears into a powerhouse, focusing on the offensive line, defensive line, safety, and running back positions. This isn't just an analysis. This is a call to arms for Bears fans. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button with the force of a Khalil Mack sack, and smash that like button like you're celebrating a Bears victory, baby. So let's get into this, man. Let's dive into the trenches first, Nice. Who's on to offensive lineman that had the Bears number written all over him today? Who do you think that really made it look like we had to have him? I liked Jonah, and I can't say his name, Savaiinaea. I really like that kid from Arizona State, man. He was an absolute beast day 2. What do you think about that guy?
Yeah, I like him. I like his build up. Very very stout guy. He has very good feet as well, may I add. And we cannot forget that he was blocking for one of the better backs in the country. So we already know that he may be a roll grader and a mauler as far as the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, man, I like his feet, like you said. It's like watching a brick wall go up against the best interior rushers, man, out there. And his anchor strength, it's not just good, man. It's legendary. I love that anchor strength. I think it's important to have, and it's formidable for pass blocking in terms of that. And he's got that kind of power, and technique that could fill the void we've desperately needed on our offensive line. To me, man, this just isn't a player. It's a cornerstone for our future for the offensive line. The Bears need to draft this dude, man, or we're missing out on one of these draft gems. Not necessarily that we have to have him, but if he's available, listen, we need all the help we can get at offensive line. Looking at this guy day 2 now, and that's what's interesting is because day 1, usually it's the other way around. Day one, the defensive line usually has their way with the offensive line, but it was the opposite from what I heard from PFF. It sounded to me like these boys took care of business on day 2, and the offensive line did better day 1. So if we hear of anything like positive coming down the pipe about these offensive linemen on day 2, when the defensive line, ate, then that's a good thing. And this guy, he was Jonah was definitely one of them. He was one of the big fishes, bro.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So and don't sleep on Wyatt Milum from West Virginia. He was a revelation today, switching from tackle to guard like it was nothing. His athleticism inside was full on display. After a rough day 1, he came back with vengeance, showing he can not only adapt but excel. And our offensive line needs a shakeup. And Milum's performance today was a beacon of hope, man. He's the kind of versatile lineman that I really like, somebody that you could put, shape shift and reshape our offensive line in terms of putting them from the inside to the outside and whatnot. He can do, that. And but like I said, if we don't draft him, we're leaving talent on the table. What do you think about this guy?
Another guy with good feet, very stout. Has a great base. You know, an O lineman need a great base at the line of scrimmage. You know, so they
Yeah,
won't tip over and fall like the guys we seen playing for the Bears this season.
right.
They say now I've talked to a couple of linemen. They told me, you know, if you see a guy that falls, it's because of his lack of technique, not necessarily his lack of strength.
Oh, that's true, man. We did these little techniques when I first got started, and it was amazing. Like if you're out of square, or if you're out of base is what they call that, and your footwork is off, they can do simple things like push you with their finger, man. And it's embarrassing too in front of everybody. And everybody else knows it's coming, and they're like, watch this, But it's important, man. It's really important, and I can't stress what you just said, especially is you definitely need to pick guys out like this. Now I know, some people may say this is just practice. This is the underwear Olympics. This is practice for the Senior Bowl. But listen, these guys all know that this is one step closer to a payday. So
Yeah,
don't, and their biggest dream of ever since they were in little, Superman pajamas as a little kid, man. This is important stuff, man. And you can look at it in many different ways, but this is like our second really close look against their peers in those peer positions. You know what I'm trying to say to you?
yeah, you have to respect this part of the process because this is an audition. This is audition for a career, you know, and this is the second phase of it. You know, the first phase is planned throughout the season, but this is the second phase. This bowl process, you know, kind of makes and breaks some of these guys. You know, now this time of the year, you know, like draft time is people saying, hey, you know, this is a weak draft in this department and that department. But thankfully for us, these trenches, it looks a lot deeper than it seemed early on, you know, in the year. The trenches in this draft process, as far as these trenches, these prospects in the trenches, you know, it looks pretty loaded. You know, the Senior Bowl is not even counting the juniors that's coming out. You know what I mean, or the seniors that wasn't even invited. Like this is a deep. If the Bears do not capitalize in the trenches on this draft, then there's an issue.
And I mean, it's very telling when you have like 20 plus dudes there from, the Chicago Bears, and they're interested and looking. Hey, everybody in the chat, thank you guys for showing up and showing out. Hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate your view. Hang on out with us. We're going to get down to you. Darius and I, you have our word. We're going to make sure that your voice is heard at the end of the show. And, this is a show that's created by a fan for fans, and we're going to make sure your voice is heard. You're not going to hear on, ABC. You're not going to hear on NBC, the 3-letter networks, the 4-letter network, ESPN. Your name, your voice ain't going to be up there. You're going to hear it first here today, man. And we really appreciate you guys showing up and showing out. Now let's get into a guy that Bradley was really excited about. I think everybody's excited about, and that's Mike Green, the machine.
Yeah.
From Marshall, man, the green machine from Marshall. A lot of people are knocking on him because he's Sunbelt this, he hasn't really went up against some big time names and all this and that. But make no mistake about it, man. He wasn't just good, he was spectacular. He turned heads, broke ankles, and made jaws drop with his dominance, man. His speed to power move was the stuff that would look legendary today. Imagine this. Mike Green one side, bro. Montez Sweat on the other side. It's not just a dream. It's a nightmare for opposing forces, man. This guy isn't just a prospect. He's a game changer and a disruptor. The Bears need to draft a guy like him to rejuvenate that pass rush. What say you, man? I know you like to really look at these edge guys for sure. What's your take on this guy, man?
Yeah, Green is a very interesting prospect. There has a lot of boom to him, you know, not a whole lot of bust. You know, I don't take it out on guys because they went to smaller schools, because if you can play, you can play. If you have talent, the league will find you. Now,
Yeah.
the thing with Mike is that he's a little light in the pants, so he may not fit our scheme. You know, I think he may fit a 3-4 scheme.
Yeah.
You know, as to a 4-3 scheme. Now, you can't add weight to a guy. you make him put, maybe 10 to 15 pounds, or, based off his frame, you could put a little more on there. So if you
Yep.
get the guy at 280 and he still has the same amount of explosiveness, or even 265, 270, and he has the same amount of explosiveness, then you have something. But that's why it's important that we know who the D line coach is, and we now know who the D coordinator is, so we can point out the guys that fit our scheme, not necessarily the guys that's making a whole lot of hay. You know what I'm saying? Because you can make a whole lot of excitement, for everyone, doing things like the Senior Bowl. But if you don't fit what we're trying to do, I don't think you're not, you know what I'm saying, and I don't think you're going to adapt very well in our system.
Well, and I like what you said, and you make a good point, but there's also a counter to that, and I know you know this well. Putting weight on and off can change somebody. It can change their style. It can change their strength. It can change their speed. Listen, if you take a bunch of weight off like I did, I'm trying to push carts at work and move around and this and that. They're like, Trex, where'd your strength go? I said, I still got more than you, baby. But I could tell for sure there's a difference, bro. And there's always there's also a counter to what you do. So you put some weight on, you put some strength. Now you're sluggish, and all those things where we see that burst where he comes around and he just flat out uses his speed. Now he doesn't have that. So you're basically turning him into something that he's not. Maybe. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but
it's a possibility. It's very well a possibility.
And that's where people are going to look at what you said. Mm-hmm. Would he fit under a different scheme? Would he be better, like an Aldon Smith in San Francisco, playing that type of style versus where we're at here, or Von Miller with the Broncos? Those two type of guys, lighter, we don't need another Leonard Floyd type situation. Yeah. Now, I believe this guy's got way more zing, way more speed than Leonard did. But a lot of times, you're pushing up against college kids. And day two, maybe some of these offensive linemen, listen, maybe they weren't ready for you. Maybe they went out the night before. Maybe they manhandled you day one, so they didn't think you were going to bring it day two. Wait till day three and see if that happens again. I mean, it's going to be over a period where we get to see really what's going on, because make no mistake about it, Mike's not going against the Sun Belt anymore. He's no longer, but it's just the Green Machine and the Sun Belt. He's going against some big time kids that are from big time schools. You know what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely. And
still not NFL. Still not NFL, but it does. You will be able to see it's a better litmus test.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe this kid led the league, led the NCAA in sacks. And going into the Senior Bowl, we all know how swiftly those things change. Yeah. Day one, this particular side can dominate. This particular player can stick out. But day two, can he do it in day two, day three, day four? Can he finish the week out strong? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The difference between being a good player and a great player, it's all about the consistency. So if he can display consistency, especially in different types of schemes, as far as being scheme versatile, then you never know. But if he can maintain consistency, he'll do very well for himself.
Bro, listen, let me tell you something. I'll even go as far back so people can kind of get an understand. A lot of people can't get the understanding of offensive line, defensive line, unless you've been in there, unless you played it. But damn near everybody in this world has played basketball. And it's just so easy. You don't need helmets. You don't need a whistle. You don't need, chalk. You don't need all this stuff. Butts in the seat. You go grab a basketball, go down to the park. You could play one-on-one. You could play by yourself. You could do freaking anything with basketball. It's just so easy. But what I'm trying to say to you is, you take a guy that has the right technique. I don't care if he's 4'11". He can box out a 6'6" guy who doesn't know how to get around it and use his own height and leverage. I'm trying to tell you something. When you've got it, and I like what you said it best. The only difference between good and great, I'll add to that, is 10%. And that 10% is will and that desire. If you're willing to learn, if you're willing to work on technique, if you're willing to get in that spot every time and grind it out, you are going to get great. Otherwise, you're just going to stay good, baby. And this is the kind of guy where I think he is going to make those adjustments, man. And like you said, you could see it in the way that he moves and the way, like, that's just not something where, like, he's just going. I think when the coach tells us, and you've heard it before, hey, Hyatt, I want you to go 50% today. I'm like, what the hell's 50%? How do I don't have like some freaking like power thing where it says on my arm that I'm all 47. I got to up at 3%. I'm either all or none, brother. Okay. And you already know that. So I'm telling you one thing. This thing about Mike Brown on the other side of Montez Sweat on the other, it's not a dream. It's a nightmare for opposing forces. And listen, this guy is a must draft, and I'll tell you what, it is not just a draft pick. It's a statement. It's, you know, he is a statement himself, man. Here's another guy. Now we're going to go to the opposite side of stuff, and I know you're really going to dig your cleats in because you're going to love this guy. I know you are. I know you well enough right now. Just the physics and his size and his ability and his athleticism. This is more of a guy that I think. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm not saying that you wouldn't want a Mike Green, okay? Hear me out, especially if we were in the 3-4, bro, okay? But I think this type of guy right here is kind of like, how do I say without being disrespectful to the man, it's kind of like not a necessity. It's like extra. If I'm not, I can't put my word on it. It's like you really need this next guy we're getting ready to talk about in Shemar Stewart from Texas A&M. But to have a Mike Green is almost like a guy like, okay, say we have a guy like on the other side of Montez Sweat, a solidified guy, you know, maybe like Chase, right? Maybe we have Chase over there, and he's doing decent. He was number 7 in the NFL for, you know, pass rushes, you know. Maybe we have a guy like that, and then we bring this guy in on third downs and start to work him in, and he gets bigger over the next couple, 2-3 years and gradually gets into it instead of like, nope, we got to throw 20 pounds on you now in order to make it in today's NFL. Shemar Stewart, man, from Texas A&M, he had a day, bro, for history books, man. Versatility doesn't even begin to describe this guy. He was moving from the edge to the interior like he like it was a playground for him. His athleticism, his size, it was like watching a linebacker in a defensive lineman's body, man. Bears fans, this guy could be the key to our defensive line's versatility, providing depth and disruption for multiple spots. He's the kind of player that can elevate our defense to new heights. And I'm saying this is all potential. This isn't, as a matter of fact, stone, you know, ironclad freaking track stamp. I'm just saying what I see here is immeasurables. It's basically, to me, looking at it from a, you know, not in the NFL, but seniors perspective, right? It's basically the same size and weight as Montez Sweat. And you can't go wrong with that. You know,
not at all. This is a guy that has all the tools. He has perfect measurables for this scheme that Dennis Allen would like to run. The only thing is that he didn't have a lot of production in college. His production wasn't very high, but if we can get this guy, we can get him under some decent coaching, some great coaching. This could be a real exciting guy for us in Chicago if we're able to add him.
What was I trying to say? Not to cut you off, but do you understand what I was trying to say about Mike Green? I don't want people to think that I'm looking down on the guy. I think he's really skilled. I think if we had the right, like the right bodies or the like, help me out. What am I trying to the right amount of, not the amount of guys, like the right lineup that you could bring him in and use him. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I mean, he can be used as a hired gun to go hunt the quarterback on third and long.
Yes. Or
Yeah,
even second and long. If we get into
yeah.
a situation, I mean, I'm not trying to pick apart what you said. I'm just
No, no,
adding
no.
to it. I'm just adding to it. Sometimes those first turn into second and long, third and long, or if they go for it on fourth down, now you want to bring the heat. Now, and here's the thing about it, though. Here's the thing about it. We know that Dennis Allen doesn't like to put pressure on. He does the exotic coverages to disrupt and confuse the quarterback and all that kind of stuff. He doesn't like to blitz. He likes to allow pressure from his front four. So I don't see a guy like this unless he's dropping back into coverage. I don't see a guy like this being utilized in the way that he could for another team, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with the kid out of Marshall is that is Marshall, right? Marshall Tulane. Is it Marshall? Mike
Yeah,
Green?
yeah. Marshall, yes, sir.
It's Marshall. The kid
Yep.
out of Marshall is that, he can be better in a 3-4 scheme. That's it. It's no knock against him.
No,
It's just a simple thing of size. You put
yeah,
him on the front line, he'll pass the quickness test. But when those big guys get their hands on you, man,
yeah.
you can be as quick as you want to be. You're not getting up out of there if you don't have the proper technique, you don't have the proper strength.
Yes, sir. You want to bring him around the edge to the outside, run him up through the middle if he sees a gap and he wants to shoot the A gap, the B gap, maybe even the C gap, but anything outside of that, he'd be really coming around at full speed and all that kind of stuff. And that's what I'm trying to say. And that's what you're saying too, is just
Yeah.
better utilizes that. Like I said, getting back to this cat. Oh my God. I mean, just the measurables. So Shemar Stewart, dude, he's that freaking dog, man. I get
He definitely
excited when I
passed
think
that. He
about a guy like
definitely passes the eye test as far as measurables. He has
I even
everything.
get more excited about his measurables than Abdul Carter. And don't get it twisted. I love me some Abdul Carter, bro. I really do. I
Yeah,
just don't think he's going to be available for us because that's an early
nah,
get.
not at all. Listen, I don't know. Listen, if he's available to us, if he gets the number 8, I think we should trade up to get him, a guy like him. At first I wasn't really
I wouldn't be mad at you, especially if we trade off Ian Cunningham, or you know what I'm trying to say. He gets signed for Jacksonville, and we get
yeah,
that compensation pick, and we'll be like, "Hey, listen, we got this compensation pick over here for you, and we'll trade our 10 with the compensation pick, and then we move up and get this killer, man." Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Then I'm all in on Abdul Carter, but
Yeah, I've done some homework on that cat, and he's explosive, man. Wow, what an athlete, man. What an
yeah,
athlete. Yeah,
yes,
he's explosive. He
dude.
gets off the ball like his hair is on fire.
Yeah. And I love talking offense, offensive line, and stuff like this. So when I'm getting excited about a guy, and the reason why, because he'd give me nightmares as being a left tackle. Like I'd be like, oh my God, like how am I going to protect my freaking quarter? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but hey, man, let's switch gears real quick if you don't mind. Hey, everybody in the chat, thank you so much for showing up and showing out. We got 60 across all the platforms, man. You guys are awesome. 48 on freaking XApp. 12 on YouTube and 0 in Facebook, man. We love your guys' support. We love your passion. We love your energy. We try to match that for you guys. Wait till we get to the end of the show. We're definitely going to answer all your comments and questions, and we're going to make you part of the show. We got 5 questions at the end. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube, and you are going to get a chance to get a freaking brand new shiny jersey of your choice once we get to that 3,000 mark. I've been checking all the tracks. I've been checking out all the stats, seeing who's the most active people, man. And I'm telling you what, it's going to be a photo finish because we got some freaking gamers in here, man. We got some legendary people that are showing up and showing out all the time, and we love you. We do. Darius and I and the rest of our co-hosts, we do this for you, baby. So thank you so much. So I want to switch really quick over to the safeties, man. We need a safety, dog. You know we do. And I didn't think we were going to have this conversation. That breaks my heart, not just because of football, but because the man that's going through what he's going through. But we got to do our due diligence. We got to go out and we got to go get our dog, man. And I don't know where we're going to do it and how we're going to do it. I'm glad that you and I aren't the guys that have to come up with this freaking answer. But we could at least do our due diligence and look at who we got at the Senior Bowl day 2. Who showed up. And I'm going to tell you one thing. Who's the one that's got Bears fans dreaming of as far as interceptions go? For me, the guy that checks my boxes is Darien Porter from Iowa State. Oh, my. He was all over the field today. He's not just covering. He's intercepting. He's tackling. And he's leading with physicality that screams, bear down. I'm a Chicago Bear, baby. With our secondary needing young, dynamic players, Porter showed he can be that dude. His range, his instincts, he could be the cornerstone that we need, bro, for our new defensive look under Dennis Allen, man. And you know he's about that back 7. So drafting him isn't just smart. It's necessary for the future of our backfield. What do you say about that, D-Nice? Is this a guy that you've got your eye on?
Most definitely. He showed that he has range, and he also shown that he can bring physicality. Our safety position, there it is a position of need because of a lot of unknowns. We understand what Kwani B is going through. That's Jaquan Brisker with the concussions. We don't know how long he's going to be able to withstand, going through those concussions. And we also have to look at KB, Kevin Byard, because he's a little longer in the tooth. He still has a lot of ability. He has great leadership, but the future's undefeated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Father Time has a way of changing things like when you're an older player like that. So, the safety position has to be addressed, both strong and free. So yeah, he's one of the guys, but the other 2 guys I've had my eye on, I don't think they're there.
Yeah, you know what? I think, here's the deal about him. He is just, I'm trying to find his measurables, and I keep hitting it on the dang. Hold on, I think I might have it now, bro. Oh yeah, here we go. I'm looking at it right now. 6'4", bro. 6'4". Come on. Give me that, dog. You got to admit that is ridiculous. You can't freaking coach 6'4". It's been a while since we've seen a 6'4". You look at a guy, and I'm talking about, I don't even want to say his name, but you know what I'm talking about. Legion of Boom, man. Pete Carroll would be freaking salivating right now. He might actually be going for this dude. And I tell you what, as much as all of those freaking mock simulators are all about giving the Raiders a running back, this is a guy that they might jump up for, not in the first round, dude, but seriously, this guy's nice, bro. 6'4", 200 pounds. He's a monster, man. He's an Iowa dude too, man. So he knows how to hit in that cold, bro.
Yes, indeed.
So, I mean, like I said, he's not just from Iowa State, but he went to Bettendorf, Iowa, wherever the heck that is. I'm sure there's cornfields around there and snow. But not that where I live is much better, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's a guy. He's from the soil. He understands the Midwest. And he understands the NFC North. You can't tell me that he doesn't, because I'm sure he's a fan of one of those teams in that division. If he's not a Bears fan, being in Iowa.
You know what? There's a really good chance. Although my friend, he's from Iowa and he's a little shady. Like I always wondered, is he just a Bears fan? Because he casually kind of like, Are you cheating, or are you loyal to the Bears? Because they don't really have a team out there, you know what I mean? So they're kind of like, playing the field all the time, if you know what I'm saying.
They're going with the high hand.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Because like I saw the gloss in his eyes when Aaron Rodgers used to play us, and I'm like, bro, he gets real quiet in the third and fourth quarter. He ain't all fired up and getting mad at Rodgers. He's almost like ooh and on over him. And I'm like, dude, this is not healthy. This is not healthy. Like, you should be the other way with this guy, you know?
Yeah.
So, man, and we used to argue about that too. I'm like, how could you? You know, I felt like the scorned wife in the relationship. Like we're at Payless shoe stores or something, and he's turning his head or something, you know, looking at some young trim or something, you know. So, man, and so listen, and for the running back position, bro, Damian Martinez was that dark horse, bro. This guy's vision could slice through defenses like butter. His burst was evident, and in the backfield, looking for depth and versatility, Martinez could be that late round, you know, golden gem that we're looking at to uncover, man. He's not just running, he's dancing through defenses, and with the right coaching, he could be a steal for the Bears, man. We definitely need a running back, bro. Who was your guy that you liked?
Well, I have tunnel vision when it comes down to the running back, but I see two guys. I see two guys in the same spot. I see Genty and I see Hampton. Those are the two guys I see. But talking about Martinez, he's a thumper. He's a guy that runs heavy. He's not very speedy, but he has excellent vision. And he's done well both in Miami and Oregon State. He had to share duties in Miami, and they mainly used him in short yardage. But he gets the job done. You know, he has a very surprising burst for a guy his size. And like I said, he runs heavy and he brings the pain when he does it. So if the Bears choose to go to the later rounds to pick a running back, then I wouldn't be upset if they pick a guy like him. He's a real thick guy, you know, he runs like his size. And you know, it's good that he has some good feet where he can kind of jiggle around a little bit.
Yeah.
But he likes to run through tackles, and that's something that we need very much so here in the city. Because I think he can honestly be what we wanted Roschon to be.
Bro, you know who he reminds me of? MJD.
Maurice Jean-Drew.
Yeah, like that. But I think he was a little bit shorter. This dude's like 6 foot 230.
Yeah, this guy's a load, man.
Yeah, this guy's a load, bro. But I mean, in terms of like, you know, the way he looks and stuff, like he definitely, man, I was listening to who was it? Bill Polian on the NFL Network, just as our co-host Jim Miller was on, and he was on there. Bill Polian was talking about, you know, senior day 2 and all this kind of stuff, and he was oohing and on about this guy, and that's how he finally. I wrote him in at the end. I'm like, dude, we got to talk about. I love listening to Bill Polian, dude. Something about his voice and just the way he eloquently talks about football, man. He's really nice to listen to. But and he said they actually had a problem deciding between Joseph Azareye'h and Maurice Jones-Drew, and they believe they got it right. But there were some times where they were just like, bro. And to this day, he says that MJD still holds a grudge for not getting that, you know, that earlier pick. And I guess now that he's commentating for the Rams, or not commentating, he's coaching for the Rams. He actually they gave him a ring, and so now he introduces himself as a Super Bowl winner. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that though, right? You know,
man, he played a part somehow.
For sure, bro. For sure.
Yeah.
Everybody plays a part, man. Everybody, just like them Cubs when they went and won the big deal. Like everybody got one, you know?
Yeah.
So
the whole city should have got one with the Cubs one.
Bro, I mean,
as long as it took to stand behind them guys.
Yes, go back 100 years, give rings to everybody, start digging up some soil and throwing some down. I mean, dude, seriously, 100 years, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, man.
So, all right, Bears Nation, here's where you come in, guys. Let's hear your roar in the comments below, guys. Which offensive line do you think should be the absolute priority for the Bears in the draft? Also, is Mike Green the edge rusher that will finally turn our defense into a feared unit? How crucial is it for the Bears to draft a safety like Darien Porter to fortify our secondary? Do you guys think Damian Priest could be a late round pick that adds unexpected firepower to our running game? Let's actively remind me when we're in this draft. Let's look for these guys and see if we can't pick them up and read some of the stuff that they say when we do a mock draft. By the way, surprise! We finally get to do a mock draft together. Me and my boy, my dog, gets to do a mock draft with you guys, man. We're really excited. He's going to be the general manager. I'm just going to be the stooge that picks that presses the button, and we're going to get a little bit of collaborative effort from you guys, man. You're going to be like what would you call them, like the scout posse or something, or the people in the war room, whatever you call the staff in the war room. Yeah. So, and then, like I said, beyond these positions, what other areas do you guys think the Bears need to address in the draft? Remember, we're on a mission from God to hit 3,000 followers for that epic jersey giveaway. So like this video with the passion of a Bears touchdown, share it. Share the video with all your friends and family. Comment with draft insights. Subscribe like it's the kickoff of the season. And share this video like it's the news of a Bears Super Bowl win, baby. If you've made it this far, you're not just a fan. You're a real one. Type in the comments. Type it in the comments because you're the heart and the soul of the Bears Nation. We'll be back with more draft fire. But until then, we're going to jump into this mock draft as soon as we get into all your guys' comments, man. Look at it. They're still going, man. These guys are awesome, bro.
Yeah, they're flooding it up.
Yeah. All right. So let's check it out. Let's get Darius in here and myself. We'll take turns highlighting you guys. Trapper keep right out the bat. Right off the bat, he says, I don't know the left tackle from LSU's name, but he showed out at the end.
Oh man, I know this guy.
Will Campbell, right?
No. Dang.
Oh, that's the other guy.
Yeah.
That's the other guy. I can't think of. He's not number 60. No, 56. The 60. Gosh darn it. I just talked about him the other day. I know what you're talking about. No, he's a right tackle. Yeah. Right tackle.
Yeah. He's a right
tackle.
tackle.
Down, man. We'll look up for that for you. When we do the mock draft, we'll circle back unless somebody comes up with it later or you found it by now. You probably found it later by now because the register's full, buddy.
DT Will Campbell, Sean.
What's that, bro?
Nah, Sean was in the chat said Will Campbell. No, he's not talking about Will Campbell.
No. DT Honey Bear says bear down. Ant Mass bear down. CSP tracks Darius Trapakeepa. I love it when these guys go back and forth, man, with all the pleasantries. It's awesome.
Shout out to all you guys and girls in the chat, man.
Cheryl says Celtics leading over the Bulls 86-62 in third quarter. Oh my.
Not surprised.
No, and this is why they needed to trade anybody they were willing to trade with. I mean, just get rid of them. Who cares? Y'all said that the only person that was untradeable, but then everybody came and gave you guys offers, and y'all said no. Like we were all that in a bag of chips. Come on, man. Gosh.
I mean, the Celtics are the champs, so you know.
Oh, I know, but let's make it respectable. That's all I'm saying. and you don't want it to hurt their stock value. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it just keeps repeating himself, and I don't know if they're ever going to come off these freaking higher ups. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hopefully the Bears put some pressure on them because it seems like sometimes that happens in Chicago, but it remains to be seen. Ant-Mass says, if last year's O linemen were better than this, why not draft D-line?
I mean, you can go listen, you have to kind of go in the way the draft leads you because during draft day, things happen so fast. Things that has been prognosticated and been beating your head for the last three to 4 months before the draft starts. Things change that quick, and all of a sudden, the guy that you've been thinking about the Bears taking can be taken by someone else. Now, I agree. Listen, we want to pick the best guy available at the particular point. At 10, a lot of people's talking, offensive tackle, or an edge. Like I said, running back, but I don't think, I do believe we can trade down from 10 and get more picks for the following rounds and still get the guy that we need. A lot of these guys, they talking about drafting that tackle. Braxton, hated to love it, ladies and gentlemen. Braxton Jones is going to be the starting left tackle for the Bears.
Yeah. Why would you get rid of him?
So drafting a left tackle or a guy that we think is going to be the left tackle for the Bears, we don't draft him at 10 and say, hey, he's going to have to compete with Braxton Jones. You don't do that.
No.
And you also don't draft the guy that you picking at left tackle and then bring him in and put him at guard. That's not what we're doing at 10. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
No, that's not what you're doing at 10. Thank you. That's well put, man. Ant-Man says, bear down Cheryl. Cocaine Bear lets us know what the whole deal is. He wants a draft tackle at 10, draft defensive end at 39, draft running back at 41, draft center at 72. I mean, I don't hate it. It's not terrible. He didn't say what kind of tackle unless he's talking about defense for 10 and 39. Then so he's not talking.
I guess he's talking about Mason Graham at 10, but honestly, I don't know if Mason Graham's going to be at 10.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Honest with you.
I think he'll go early. I really do. I think those two Michigan, the cornerback, I think he'll go, in Johnson. And then the other guy, what do you call it? Mason, I think he'll be gone also, a defensive tackle. I think.
But there's a lot of guys in that second that could be had at the D tackle and even at the edge in the second round. Because like we spoke on before, we're going to miss out on our dual Carter. We may even miss out on the other end from Texas A&M, Citron, if I'm not mistaken. We may miss out on him as well. But in the second round, there's a lot to be had in the trenches, period, whether it be D line or O line.
Yeah, and then you look at a guy like Shemar, and it's like, with conviction, I want to sit back and say, okay, let's get this guy, let's couple.
He's a second round guy, I think.
And let's trade up and all this kind of crazy. But at the end of the day, man, we have a good draft. Like, I get it. Like, next year, okay, you want to trade up and use all this and that, but next year we're not going to be drafting as high as this year. Like, it's just the facts. Like, we're not going to be sitting with 5 wins. There's no way. There's no way we're going to be sitting at 5 wins. I'm not saying we're going to be sitting at double, but we sure as heck ain't going to be sitting at 5. So at the very least, we'll be sitting about middle of the draft, wishing that we had all the draft capital that we gave away for this year and next year. And that to me, we just got to be smart about every pick,
And don't get me wrong, I'm not a huge Braxton Jones supporter, but it kind of is what it is, guys.
You know what's messed up, man? Is people can't penalize that. Is that the deal is you just have to know, like, you have to put on your GM hat and be smart about it. And I don't even know if you really need to be a damn GM about it. It's just the facts of life is you've got so many holes to fill, and this guy is decent and sometimes average, and you put a good offensive line coach over there, an interior guard or something like that. Now you're cooking. Now he's always out there on an island and all this, and he's got a little help because, make no mistake about it, he was in the 5th round for a reason, and he hasn't had a good freaking offensive line coach or a good scheme or good calls like, how many times is he gonna block for a stupid screen pass? Dude, he just hasn't really had a fair shot, man. He hasn't really had a fair shot, you know.
And people are attacking and approaching this draft as if this is our only ways of fixing this O line.
Yeah.
Honestly, I believe we're going to be good at tackle.
Yeah.
I think the free agency money is going to go towards, the interior part of this line.
Yeah.
And then this draft is going to address the future and give us a lot of depth too in the trenches. I think we may find a starter, on the D line in this draft, but any other guys that's going to be drafted for the offensive line, I don't think are going to be immediate starters.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right about that. And I mean, it's just not the time. He's got one more year left of eligibility on his rookie contract. And you could do a lot worse. You could do better, but you could do a lot worse than Braxton Jones. So let's move on to that before we beat the heck out of it up any more than we already have.
If we fix that interior in free agency and get the right coach in here, we can make Braxton Jones a decent left tackle.
He's going to look a lot better. Listen, I didn't play high school ball. I wasn't allowed to, okay? And then I went off to the military, and I was walking in the registration office, getting my GI Bill all set up, and the football coach looks at me, and he goes, "Are you here for the football program?" And I'm like, "What?" And he goes, "Are you here to play football?" And I'm like, "I'm here to give my GI Bill so I can get my classes in order and everything." And he goes, "You play football, right?" And I'm like, "I mean, I used to dabble when I was a kid a few years ago, and Tecmo Bowl and Madden, and I couldn't quite figure out what kind of conversation I was having. I thought it was like, I didn't know he was the football coach. How would I know, And he just came on from William and Mary, and I was over in Virginia. And he asked me, he goes, "How tall are you?" And I'm like 6'6". And he goes, "Well, let me stop you there before I ask you how much I weigh." He goes, "I'm the football coach, and we're looking to fill out our team. We've got a couple holes. We've got, quite a bit. It was the first year in the making, so they got a little bit extra time than normal colleges would because it's the first year of a program. So and then he said, "How much do you weigh?" And I told him it was a lot less than what it is now. And he goes, "Do you like football?" I said, "I freaking love it." He goes, 6'6", huh? And then he said my weight again. And he goes, "I think we got a spot for you on the team. Would you like to show up tomorrow morning?" And I'm like, "You're damn right." So, they molded me, and my left guard was that dude that brought me along and made me look a lot better than I did. And my center made my left guard and me look a lot better. And they broke it down and worked with us and told us all kinds of stuff. And my linebacker, he told me all the tendencies. As soon as these guys found out I was a veteran, I automatically was the oldest dude on the team. But not by much, dude. I was only like 20, 21, but these kids were like 18, 18, 19. So, but they really helped me out, man. And to your point, I know I went all the way around the block when I could have just went across the street and did the same thing. But to your point, bro, yes, your guard can help you out a lot. Guard.
It's going to be very important that we have some veteran leadership on this line. Because I just don't think Braxton Jones or Darnell Wright are, vested enough veterans to provide the leadership that's necessary.
Bro, X is popping. You guys are leading the way. Oh, final Boston 122, Chicago 100 for the Bulls game. X has got 59, almost 60, and Chicago Sports Podcast on YouTube's got 17, 0 on Facebook. We're doing a good job of keeping them going in the right direction, for sure. We appreciate you guys so much. Now we got 80. This is great, man. Can we get to 100, baby? Let's get to 100. Share this video, guys. Bring all your friends, all your family. Open up the doors. Let's get excited. Let's get wild. Let's be about it. This is your guys' network. This is your guys' community. Let everybody know that we are talking about Senior Bowl Day 2 practice and what we could get. We're getting ready to get into a freaking amazing mock draft with your boy Dean Ice, man. And this guy, he is a wizard. Pay attention, man, because class is in session. Sharpen your pencils. Get ready. You don't even need an eraser. When he tells you to go get it, go get it. It's got to happen. All right. So, but first, let's address the chat because these folks been patiently waiting.
Yeah.
Bear down, James. More pleasantries. Cocaine Bear says Zach Frazier was from West Virginia. They produce offensive linemen. Draft Wyatt Milum, pick 10. Sorry, he is a franchise dude. I like Wyatt Milum. I think it's a little early to be calling him.
I like him too.
What'd you say? Not a 10?
Yeah, I like him too, but not at 10 is too rich.
No, yeah. He's definitely day 2, dude. So I definitely think we could get him at 39. I definitely see him being available at 39 for sure.
Yeah, I mean, listen, this draft is full of guys that can come in and I think can play right away. But there's going to be some grooming that has to happen with these guys. You know, people keep reaching for that tackle position. I'm telling you guys, man, unless something drastically change, unless Ben Johnson comes in and say, hey, I don't want this guy. Braxton Jones is going to be the starter, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Oh, you keep seeing more stuff pop up. Hey, listen, 83 in the building. Let's get to 100. Come on, let's do it. Share and let this video fly. Share this video with everybody. Tell everybody to come on in. We got plenty of room. You guys saw what happened Sunday. We had over 1,000 in the building and over 3,000 on the show, man. This was amazing. This was fantastic, and it was all because of you guys. I love you guys. Share this video for a chance to win a brand new freaking jersey. I'll send it to your house once we hit that 3,000 subscribe. Make sure you hit that subscribe, turn your notifications on to all so you get all of our content, comment, and share this video with everybody in there. Mama. Dave Rigdon says, here's a $64,000 question. Can it be a $64,000 answer? Because I got a vehicle in the shop and all kinds of stuff going on. Dr. Bills, man. I could use a new coat. Come on. And a heater in here. He says, after what was seen in the Senior Bowl, who do you think they'll take at 10? No Mil Kiper opinion on this one. I'll tell you what. Jeremiah just came out with a real nice one, and his is a little different. I mean, it wasn't far off, but I do appreciate a little variety and a little change. I see what Dave Rigdon's saying. Who do you think we're going to take at 10? Give us your honest opinion, Darius.
Honestly, if I'm looking at a trade back.
Okay.
I'm looking at a trade back.
How far are you willing to go, though, bro? And what do you want for the trade? Or should we savor this and wait for the mock draft? Because legit, we could spin your juicy wheels in that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like I can't imagine, what the offer will be. Yeah. But if I see it, I can say, yeah, that's it. We'll take that.
I know Will Compton is projected to go 18. So if you go from 10 and you find that sweet spot where we're not trading with the enemy, but somewhere in between that, a guy that
anywhere we can get an extra second or an extra third.
Okay.
Swap out the position for 10.
So you're going rich on this one. If you're going to trade back from 10 and go a few up, you want at least a second or third. You're not going to settle for a fourth or fifth.
No, not
okay.
At all. No. Okay. Because listen, drafting in the top 10 is, what I'm saying, the 10th pick in the draft is a hot commodity.
Yes, sir.
It's not number 1, but it's not number 30 either. You still get a blue chip player out of the 10th spot. And they could listen, the way people talk about how this thing's gonna go with the quarterback carousel, it's gonna be a desperate team that wants to jump up for one of these QBs based off the hype that they're receiving.
Yeah. Hey, as much as we like that XApp, you guys do eventually have to at some point jump off onto YouTube to hit that subscribe button so you could at least get your chance in on getting that jersey, man. I mean that. I want to get you guys one for 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. We're even going to do the football signed by Caleb, whoever you want, man. Let's get them signed and sent off. So, yeah, I agree with you, man, wholeheartedly. Cheryl says bear down. Ant-Man says, bear down, David. James Childers is in the building. He says, back from the moose, elk, some sort of farm animal lodge. I like the defensive tackle from Georgia. He's an animal. Which one is that, bro?
I want to say he's talking about Michael. No, but he's a defensive end.
Right. That might be what he's talking about. He might be talking about a defensive. 88 in the building. Let's get 90. We're almost at 100. Let's break 100, guys. Let's get into the triple digits, man. Let's get into triple digits. You guys can do it. Share this video, man. We love you. Dave,
I'm leaning strong. I'm leaning strong with the trade down, man. I mean, I can't really envision another way to look at it. I have to have the draft order and things right in front of me before I can honestly say but in this particular case, I'm looking at a trade down. And we can get into that. See what we can get for that.
We'll get into that. Did you see something in the chat again? Is that why you circled back?
No, I was just trying to come up with a guy who I would be satisfied with at 10.
Don't worry about it. Just let it go. We'll work that out when we get to the mock draft simulator. That it'll help you figure out what the due process is. Get close to anyways.
Listen, before I took a look at things, it's a heck of a lot of talent in this draft.
Oh yeah,
in the trenches, at the running back position.
92 in the building. Let's go, baby. Only 8 away from 100. Yeah, there's a lot, dude. There's a lot of depth. I don't think that they're star-studded everywhere you look. You might have to reach for some stuff in order to fill your position of need. But let's get back into the chat. These guys got a lot to talk about. I'm only like a freaking 1/10 of the way through, man. We're gonna be here all night, which I don't mind. But yeah. I missed one. Dave Rigdon said, what's your take on Mike Green from Marshall? We already discussed that. We think he's a beast. We think he's better suited at the 3-4. I think that's not really a need right now with that kind of guy. I think right now we need a big body, tall, strengthy, all-purpose, like fast defensive end that can not only rush but win penetration and also be there for run stop. And also we need that kind of guy, man, for sure. Tarapakipa says, if Karam can start at guard, we're ahead of schedule. Yeah, and I'm not sure if he can, man, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if I even want to address that yet. I think he's a 2-3 year at best. I don't even know if he's going to make the team altogether. I wish him well, but we can't rely on that and woulda, coulda, shoulda, if. I don't think Ben is going to roll like that. I really don't. He's going to be like, we'll get to him when we can, but we're not I don't know. I just don't see it.
I mean, Amagaji, I'll give him an incomplete for this first season, but I'm just not with the notion of taking guys and playing musical chairs with their career, as far as from going from guard to tackle, things of that nature. If the guy's a tackle, he's a tackle. What has he shown that lets you know that he can play guard? I haven't seen it. A lot of versatility from him.
Yeah, I don't know how much he's seen it. I don't watch a lot of Yale football. I don't think you have either, whoever asked that question. And let's just kind of move on from that, okay? James Childers says there's also a center from Iowa. He'd look good in a Bears uniform. Listen, the only center I'm really interested in this draft is the center from Georgia. And then there's one way back in the draft, Monheim. And he's like a 5th or 6th rounder from USC, but that's still an incomplete type guy. Like, I don't even know where we would be with that. So I'm not really looking in this draft at a center of need. I think we need to fulfill that in the free agency. Plank says bear down. Trapakeepa bear down. Ant Mass bear down, bro. Plank bear
I'm
down.
gonna tell you something. You can never frown at a lineman from Iowa. Two
No,
things I
no.
know Iowa produces: that's linemen and tight ends. So we can
Yeah.
never frown at that, you know. But it's a lot of good centers in this draft, man. I mean, you know, they're never the sexy name. You know what I'm saying? They don't become sexy until they become, you know, all pros in the NFL. But
But not
there's a
everyone.
lot. Listen, there's a lot to
Not
see.
everyone hits either, though. I mean, they're
Right.
not all
And
every.
I'm
Yeah.
not with the rookie. I'm not with starting a rookie off at center,
No.
you know, in this particular situation that we're in.
Yeah. All right. Plank. Cheryl Childers bear down. James Childers says also, even though I forgot his name, from Notre Dame, he's an excellent offensive lineman. We'll check that out in the mock draft. Plank says James Childers bear down, brother. Didn't Charles Haley come out of a small school? Wow, we're getting really
A
back,
lot
aren't
of
we,
them do.
David?
A lot of them do.
A lot of them do, and a lot of them don't. But yeah, Charles Haley, we're going back into the way back time machine, David. Plank says Dave Rigdon, bear down. Trax, D Nice, bear down.
Right.
James Schroeder says bear down. FGB, we're taking the division back. I'm optimistic. Philip, what's up? Hey guys, bear down. What's up, buddy? We got 93 in the building. 7 more to break 100. Let's go, guys. Plank says James Childress, I'm right there with you. Plank, bear down, buddy. Philip, bear down. Brandon, great show. I'm with you. Bear down. Hey, thanks for being with us, man. We appreciate you. D Nice and I do, man. We love you, buddy. Thank you,
Yes,
Philip.
indeed.
He's a part of our new well, he's not new, but he's new to our staff in there, and he helps out with moderation and all that and keeping everything, chucking and jiving and all that good stuff. So great addition, man. He's been a long time listener and follower for at least over a year now, as far as I can remember. Amos says bear down, Plank bro. James Schroeder says Ant Mass, bear down, brother. Ant Mass, how's the foot? Oh, okay. See, they know some things about each other there. Philip says Ben Johnson looks to be assembling a competent, no nonsense coaching staff. Now, listen, the only knock that I've seen from anybody, and I'm still waiting to get feedback. You know who Taylor Dahl is, right? She lives down in Jacksonville. She's originally from this area. She does a lot of Chicago Bear content, but she was saying that the passing game coordinator that we got today, Taylor, she's not a fan of his. She did say that she is glad that he's not going to be calling plays or dealing with anything like that, but she is not a fan of his. And I was trying to figure out why, because
Yeah,
I'd like a little bit more detail, because she's actually down in Jacksonville and she covers Jacksonville and the Bears. You know what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
She works with Windy City Gridiron, but she also works for Jacksonville Jaguar, either a radio station
Yeah,
or
I think I've seen her before.
yeah, she's
Yeah,
been on our show a few times. She was one of the very first about 3 years ago. We had her
Really?
on about 2-3 times, but now she's so busy it's hard to get her on. I ran
Yeah.
into her at the tailgate. I want to say October maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And she was up at the tailgate. She was visiting and she was up there with her friends and stuff. So hanging out with Greg Braggs, myself, and all those guys, Sean. Or Shane Tobe. Plank says Philip Baird 100%. Amos says still waiting on results for his foot. Cheryl Childers says start of the fourth quarter. Okay, that's old news. Thanks for the update, Cheryl. Appreciate you, baby. James Childers says agree with you on that one, Phil. This is the type of coach we've been looking for, disciplinarian and an eye for detail. Plank says, Aunt Mass, you may have to put it in a sling. Possibly, Doc said walking cast. Ooh, that sounds painful, man.
Yeah.
Abdul Carter will not drop out of the top 5. Wow. Okay.
100%. I agree.
Yeah. I was definitely thinking around no later than 6, but
I
why?
mean, something crazy could happen. He could fail a drug test or something, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Like that guy's man, that guy
Yeah.
jumps off the,
Go
that
on a
guy
high
jumps
speed.
off the screen,
Go
man.
on a high speed car chase or something.
Well,
Uh,
nah, I hope not.
James Schiller says, "How did the interview go with the guy from Ohio State that tore up the my favorite team, Notre Dame?" Haven't heard any updates on that. I think that'll probably roll out here in the near future. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't think it's going to take them long to determine. It sounds like they've got it down to just a few guys, so the process isn't nearly as big as it was for head coach. So I think they've got it. We should probably hear within either by tonight or the next tomorrow or the next day or two. That's my guess. That's my guess. Philip says, "Great show, fun times ahead of this off season. Bear down." Okay, well they're finally, we're finally getting caught up to the Brisker we were talking about earlier. Is unfortunate. One more concussion away from retirement. Bears will need to address the position in the off season. Um, Trump says, "How y'all doing? Doing good. Thank you for showing up." Cheryl Childers says, "Awesome show, Tracks and D nice." Uh, Plank says, "Trump, bear down." Um, James says, "You're spot on with that one, Phil. That's another position that's got to be addressed is the safety position. Um, isn't Mike Green like 6'2" and only 236?" Um, I think he's. I think
He's
he
a
weighs.
smaller guy. Let's
Yeah,
just say.
I think he weighs about 250. Yeah, I think he's 250, and I do think, yeah, you're right. He's about 6'2", but I
Yeah.
think he's 250. He's 14 pounds heavier. I'd like to see him at least 18 to 20 pounds heavier just to get in there. 98 in the building. 2 more. Let's get it. Share that video, guys. Let's break 100. You guys can do it, man. I've got faith in you. Tell all your friends and family to come on in. We got room for this show. We're getting ready to fire up the mock draft simulator, baby. All right. Dennis Moody says, "How'd you like Mike Green bowling over the Oregon tackle Cornerly?" Yeah, man, Connerly. Yeah, that ain't no chump from
Nah,
Oregon, man. That guy's a good guy for
yeah,
sure.
Conley's pretty good.
He got the best of them for sure.
Mhm.
Plank says, Jeremy Munoz, bear down. Dennis Moody, bear down. Sup, Plank? Love the pleasantries. I would like to see us draft a safety from Miami, Florida. You just might tonight on our mock draft simulator. Mr. Plank, what say about Mike Green? I heard his measurements were small, but he balled out today. Let's keep those things into perspective, guys. I mean, it is a practice. These guys are fighting for their lives so they can get some stock rise and all that kind of stuff. It's the dream that they want to chase, and it's also a big payday. But there's still a lot more to it than just this whole deal. But it's the start of it for sure. Um, Dennis Moody says, "Caleb and Caleb, it's destiny." I like that.
Mhm.
Breaking news, Bruce. What's up, Bruce? Bear down, baby.
Bruce.
Dennis Moody says Green Wade out at 253. Okay, so he ate a biscuit this morning. Uh, Jeremy Munoz says 6'2", right? Yep. Dennis Allen, uh, like bigger guys,
Yep.
6'4". Yeah,
Does.
we like bigger guys for sure. Bear down, everyone. Plank says Sean Lugo, bear down. Philip says, "Has Ian Cunningham been hired as GM for anyone yet?" It sounds like he's going off to Jacksonville, but nothing's been confirmed yet. Everybody's just kind of like talking about what we could do with that third round pick this year if we got him and that kind of stuff. So nothing's been confirmed yet for sure. Jeremy says, "I like Quinshawn Hudkins in the third for a running back from Ohio State." What's your take on him, Darius? I haven't
He's
asked you about.
he is RB3 for me. I like him a lot as well. He has a great burst for his size. Um, Real good vision, and he's also a threat in the pass game. I like
Yeah,
him a lot. He's RB3 for me.
yeah. Okay, RB3. So who's your 1 and 2, bro?
Genty Hampton is 1 and 2. You can put them in. You can. They're interchangeable at 1 and 2.
Interchange them in and
Yeah.
out. You can't be picky because one's gonna go. So yeah, I see what you're saying. I feel you on that for sure. Philip says O line. James says, "Oh snap! I feel like a little kid at 5'4". That's all right, man. There's a need for 5'4" for sure, dude. Sean Lugo says, "Plank bear down." Moody says, "What about that gigantic defensive tackle from Kentucky?" He's talking about Dion.
Deion Walker, yes sir.
I love me some Walker, dude. He is a beast, dude.
Yeah, he got showed up today. I heard by one of the guys, one of the guys from a smaller school. But hey, it happens. It happens.
It happens. Yeah, good point.
You have to listen. He better come in tomorrow with his game face on and be ready to put on a show.
And you know what? Here's the thing. With that frame, he could put on a lot of muscle, baby. That guy could be. I honestly think he's just like naturally strong. I don't know.
I don't know if you had a chance to really take a look at him. This guy has 3 technique moves with a size like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can play the pass and the run equally based off what I've seen.
See, for me, I'm not out on Dexter, especially if we get more help at on the inside, because here's the thing for me. We didn't really get a good look at Dexter. He was really cooking when we had Billings in there. So to me, when we shore that up, we're going to see more of Jervon.
But I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something about Jervon Dexter.
Well, I was about to, so hold on. When
I
had Tommy Harris on, he said he loves his hands. He loves his technique. He loves what he could do. He loves his speed. He loves his strength. He goes, this guy, and this is coming from Tommy, man, a 3 technique himself. And I heard the same thing when we interviewed Henry Melton. They like him, and I don't care how many fans I tell. I've got to say till I'm blue in the damn face that I'm going to trust these 2 guys and give this guy a little bit more chance, and rightfully so, because there are some guys that we hang our hats on, y'all, and give them a chance for way longer than we should. And I don't know why the hell y'all ain't giving up a chance with Jervon Dexter, man. Y'all fell in love with Velus Jones. Come on.
And Dominique Robinson.
Yeah.
I mean, another thing about Jervon Dexter, and we now have Dennis Allen in the building. Yeah. Do not be surprised.
Nice.
If you see a package.
Solid take.
With Jervon Dexter playing some defensive end.
I love it.
He has a basketball background, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
He has good feet. He can move. So that may be a package in for him, especially if we get a little bit more beef on this defensive line.
And you're not far from being, spot on with that assessment, because a lot of 3 techniques do dabble on the end. So I could definitely see that, especially when you're lengthy and strong like him. He's not light. And if we do double down at interior, that might be somewhere we shape shift him. And now all of a sudden a position's been met or filled or in a temporary situation. There's a lot of stuff. We just really got to be ready, guys. Be ready for this Dennis Allen, because a lot of people are gushing over this guy that are higher ups in other different ball clubs. Anywhere you talk to, listen to, they're all just praising this guy, man. Praising this guy. So I'm glad he's in the building, man.
People have to understand Jervon Dexter was a basketball player first.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Vic Fangio, 0-8 against these freaking Super Bowl dudes, okay? So 0-8. So listen, I'm pretty sure that Dennis Allen's got to be better against these guys than 0-8 for sure. I know he freaking beat the brakes off Tom Brady and gave him nightmares. So Philip says safety after both lines are addressed. That's a fair take. I definitely do not sleep on the running back. You can't have Swift out there running by himself, Philip.
Listen, depending on the guy that you're trying to get at safety. If you want to get a bona fide guy at safety is that important of a need for you. you may
Yeah.
get him before you address the O-line.
Yeah, Will Campbell
Just
plays
back up
multiple. Will Campbell plays multiple positions. That's a guy I'd be interested in because he can play guard and tackle. He's interchangeable. He plays in and out. A lot of these guys can, and a lot of it all depends on how much they have. We don't need to sound like rocket scientists when we start talking about offensive line. Either you can or you can't. Look at your skateboard. Look at a surfboard. Look at a snowboard. It's all about balance when you stand on these things. You push off with one foot and the other one you balance with, okay? And you try to do it the other way and you fall flat on your butt. So either guys can do it or guys can't. Either you can or you can't. Will Campbell has been proven that he can do both. So I wouldn't mind getting a tweener with that in that, but still to the point of what you were talking about earlier, Darius, is that he falls to 18. I don't see us, unless we trade back and get the guy that you want, an extra pick at second or third. Do we go get a guy like Will Campbell? I'm not reaching. I'm not reaching.
Not at all. Not at
No,
all, man.
because we can go get a guard that's better than Will Campbell at guard.
Yeah, a natural guard.
A natural guard, yes. Moody says, I think we will trade down and get Green, Booker, or Nolen. Bro,
yeah,
my
Nolen
mouth is watering and savoring the fact of Booker at guard. Tell me about it, bro. Could you imagine having freaking bro? What about if we go out and get the Chiefs guard and then we go get a guy like Booker? Oh my. I mean,
Booker's a very good.
That'd be a very good interior as long as you went and solidified that center and went and got like the Colts center, Ryan. That'd be a good one,
I'm gonna tell you, a guy that's not getting a lot of love. That's Donovan Jaxson from Ohio State. If you're able to get him, man, at guard, in the later rounds, man, listen.
It's why do you think that is? Is he had some injury issues or what's going on with him, brother?
I'm not quite sure, man, but this guy is the real deal. Now of course he played next to Simmons at tackle. Both of those guys are studs. Simmons had an injury. He has his lingering injury that may allow him to fall, later on in the draft, but he's another stud. Ohio State has some men on that line. You hear me?
But listen, I will tell you this, that Fry guy that they interviewed today for offensive line coach, the reason why they love him so much is because they had a couple guys that were out, and it might be that guard you're talking about. It might not, but he just made chicken salad out of chicken shit, and that offensive line kept rolling, baby. That's what they love about this guy. Like, he had some starters go out, and he pulled them boys up, and they did good.
Yeah. But hey, Donovan Jaxson is a guy you have to look out for, man.
What's that?
Donovan Jaxson is a guy you have to look out for.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. I'll take a look at him. James Childers says Lions, Vikings, and Packers are going down. We're taking back the division in the NFC. Man, he's feeling it, bro. 103 in the building. 103 in the building. You guys did it, man. You guys showed up and showed out. Thank you so much from the bottom of me and Darius's heart and all our freaking, we love you guys. Thank you so much. 103 in the building. Let's see who's got the lead. 90.
Please like and subscribe.
Yes, please like and subscribe and share this video with everybody and their mama, and enter in for a chance to win of a jersey of your choice. Once we hit 3,000 subscribers, make sure you also subscribe on XApp under Shy Sports Tracks, our Chicago Sports Podcast on Facebook, and Chicago Sports Podcast 219 on YouTube. Man, come check us out right now. We got 92 in the building and XApp and 11 on YouTube. Wow, baby. Wow. This is awesome. This feels great. Doesn't it, bro? Jeremy Munoz says fire AKME. Oh, he talking about the Bulls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark Eversley and Karnisovas.
Yeah, Karnisovas. Okay. Philip says the Bears need several nasty, dominating, hard-nosed linemen in both trenches. Let's get through this so we can get to the mock draft before midnight. Plank says, breaking news, Bruce, bear down. We need a freaking middle linebacker like Singletary and Urlacher. Man, this guy's feeling it. Dennis Moody says, you put Booker and Smith at guards and Braxton and right, and we'll be fine. Bro, he is freaking speaking my love language. I'm getting excited, bro. Who would you put at center, Moody? Let us know in the comments below. Okay, backdrop kid at Girls Guides. Snowboard lesson earlier. He won't be for sure. Graham is a game wrecker. Well, all right. Ant Man says, bear down, Sean. Dave Rigdon, whoever we pick up in free agency, far as the guard from Kansas City at center, we can snatch up that dude from A&M and get that safety from Iowa State. So that sounds like he's got a good plan going. Sean Lugo says, Ant Mass, bear down. Crooked Commission the building. What up, Crooked? Bear down, baby. Plank says, Crooked Commish, bear down. Crooked, bear down. Everybody recognizes Crooked. That's awesome. Love the pleasantries. Not be the Giants GM and we good. Crooked Commission, bear down. MS smiles and laughs at that. 100. Zach Attack, what's up, buddy? Poles won 15 games in 3 seasons with 3 last place finishes. I smell a hater in the building.
There we go.
I'm done with losing polls. Finishes last place in division. Again, he is fired. Time to be held accountable for winning. Time for you to be held accountable for a lousy freaking fan, buddy. Kick rocks.
Well, I understand his pain. I understand.
Oh, I do too.
I understand the take, but come on, man.
I do too, but hey, guess what? If you're going to hold him accountable, I'm going to hold you accountable. Be a better fan, man. Be positive, man. We're not in here freaking kicking dirt on somebody, you know. We're moving forward. That's even off topic. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. All right, James says, I think we'll end up 10-7, but if we avoid injuries and those stupid penalties that killed us, we can go 12-5 or 13-4, win the division, and get a good spot in the playoffs. Wow. James is feeling it, bro. I love the yin and the yang in here for sure, man. I needed to hear that after I listened to freaking that stanky Zach comment there. Crooked comment says, Philip Powell, bear down. Happy to see y'all. Plank says, Zach, bear down. Zach, good to see you here as well. How many wins you need to be in third place in Division? 9 wins. Under 9 wins, fire pole. Sean Lugo, Crooked, bear down.
Hey, listen, Crooked Commission had a nice jersey on last time you guys were on together, man. I like it.
Yeah, he did, man. It looked good, didn't it?
Know where he got that from, man.
Yep. Crooked Commish, hopefully he got it from our sponsor, man. Crooked Commish says, Sean L, bear down, bro. Zach says, keep is 100. Polls need at least, I can't even read that. I think he's drinking Boone's Farms or something. Ant Mass says, we'll have to see Jones' recovery, but we'll be interested what Karam will look after an actual training camp. That'd be interesting for sure. Hey, yeah. The problem with failing your first year and having all those injuries and stuff is now we're getting ready to get the people that Ben wants, not the people that Ryan thought he needed, and where he desperately went out and got guys. I mean, you have to recalibrate and not worry about what we had in the has-beens. Not to say that they're not going to do something, but you just have to focus and keep your eye on the prize of what's coming in and realize that there's a free agency and there's a draft, and be ready and try to separate yourself from them boys for sure.
Yeah. Amagaji was put in an incredibly bad spot, you know.
Yeah.
I'm glad he faced the music and was ready to perform, was eager to get out there to see what he can do, but it just didn't look well. You know, the Vikings game on the road was kind of like a kind of a death penalty for him.
He looked like a rookie year version of Braxton Jones. I thought he should have went in the 5th or 6th round like Braxton went in the 5th. I thought going for him in the 3rd was a bad move. I hope that it works out, because if
that
not,
was just an incredible thing for him to go to Minnesota, how loud that place is, and it wasn't surprising that he struggled, but my issue was, hey, where's the help for the guy, man? Where's the chip? You know, they didn't give him a lot of help over there either. They left him alone on the island and faced one of the best, you know what I'm saying, one of the best teams that it is to get to the quarterback.
Over 113 in the chat. I will say this, man. Thank you guys for showing up and showing out. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Turn your notifications on to all notifications so you can get all of our stuff. Enter in for a chance for a 3,000. Once we get to 3,000 subscribers, we're going to be giving a jersey away. I'll mail it to you guys. Listen, he's not going to be a guy that's going to help raise everybody up. He's going to be a guy that's going to be demanding and needy and needing a lot of help. So try to not think and focus so much on a guy like him, okay? Let's just see what he does and just let it go.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, like I would put more energy on Braxton than I would Karan. At least he's got several years of experience in the NFL. This guy didn't even have a full season, man.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I do believe in drafting a tackle. You know, but not in the first round.
No, not in the first round. Next year, yeah, those tackles, I'm telling you right now, as God is my witness, I've talked to several guys that I've had on the show that are Chicago Bears. I've listened to several shows. They all feel that 2026 is better on the outside tackle positions than this year. So do not reach. Like, I understand that the media and everything is in your face like we are right now. But be ready and be available for what's to come next year. It just ain't there at the tackle position this year. Next year it will be. They said before this even came, they got you ready for it. The interior offense and interior defense is where it's going to be at. Because after you get Abdul Carter and you get about 2-3 other guys, it's a drop-off for edge. It's a drop-off at tackle. It's all about the inside. So do what you can do with what you got and don't reach for something that ain't there.
Well said, man.
Trying.
Catch your breath, man. You got some water over there? Take your cup of water, man.
I need some. 113 in the building. I don't have time to drink, man. Zach says, need to start winning division games seriously.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yep. That's probably the most positive thing that Zach said. Final score there. James Schroeder says, I think this should be a make or break season. There's always one in the building, ain't there? Always one. I think there. Yeah, one or two. Yeah. This should be a make or break season for Poles if he doesn't produce. Now he's on that train. Okay. James went
where is the accountability for the players?
James went from 12-5 to 13-4 to going into the playoffs to let's kick Poles to the curb if he doesn't get what he wants. Yeah. Now, how come there ain't something in the middle? How come we got to go from one side to the complete opposite, man?
That's how I love the fan base likes to do things, man.
Yeah. I don't even know how we got here. We're just talking about the draft. I mean,
they already want to fire the guy, man.
We're talking about the Senior Bowl, man. We're talking about practice. Ant-Man says Poles will have minimum 2 years. What the hell? I feel like this is a poll show now.
Poles is on the clock, boy.
Winning cures all wounds.
Yeah.
Trump says, how mad would you be if finally somebody's on track with the draft? How mad would you be if the Bears draft Genty at 10, if they grab 2 elite guards in free agency? And now listen, if they go do their due diligence and hit up the free agency and go solidify our offensive line and they go get Genty, and that is Ben Johnson's dude, and he rides and dies with them and uses him to the best of his ability, and he gets 60-something% of our offense goes to that guy, then yes, absolutely, I got no problem with it at all.
Not at all. I mean, the more I look at things and as I see Ben Johnson, the way he likes his backs, I think Hampton may fit what he wants a lot more than Genty because of Hampton's size. Hampton is built similar to Dave Montgomery, but he's a lot more explosive. Yeah. So, that's why I had, a 1A, 1B situation with that. But I wouldn't be mad at Genty, wouldn't be mad at all.
Yeah, Zach, I appreciate the comment, man. You know, I don't really like buzzkills at all. I'm always like,
Shout
Darius
out to
knows
you,
me.
Zach.
Darius knows me well at all. He's the even keel. I try to ride his coattails and try to get some of that energy off him and carry us with all the up. But when you go way up, you can also go way down fast. So I don't like buzzkills. Zach.
Yeah.
I appreciate the comment though, man. Super Sunday, what a blast. Bear down. Absolutely, buddy. A-okay. Uh-oh. I almost freaking blocked Plank on accident. I hate when I double click on accident sometimes. MS says, or they could trade back to mid-teens and collect another day 2 pick would be, hey, he's speaking your love language. That's what Darius been preaching this whole time. If
That
we
would
can
be
get,
awesome, Aunt Mash. Shout out to you, sir.
yeah, dude, you guys are pairing it up, man. Chris Foster says, I'm only trading back for extra second rounder. Okay, Foster, we're going to pair that idea with what Darius said. We'll see if we can cook. As soon as we get through these comments, we're about 3/4 of the way done. Zach says, pick 10, you get a first team all-American player, a.k.a. blue chip. Abdul Carter, pick 10, otherwise tackle.
He
Philip
won't be
said,
there, Zach. He won't be there, man.
He won't be there. He's 6 or 5, 6 at best, at 5 or less. Phil says, right now, as it stands, the Bears have 4 picks in the top 100. I hope 3 become starters next year. He's talking about before we get that third round compensation pick for Ian Cunningham, then we would have 5. Which would be pretty fantastic, baby. Pretty fantastic.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it every day of the week.
Yeah, 5? Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Kirk Kamish says, 119 in the building. Can we get 120? Let's go. Crooked Kamish says, Zach, I agree with Carter at 10. Plank says, Chris Foster, bear down. MS says, with a trade back and another day 2, you can fill the lines, 2 D line and 3 O lines. That would be cool, man. That'd be cool, but you're still not leaving one for a running back unless we go get Martinez in the 4th. Then I could see that, right?
I mean, we're gonna overdraft. I mean, you know, I think when you're picking early like that, you need guys that can come in and do it for you immediately. Now, I don't mind the D line additions, but as far as the O line, unless we're not going to really spend that much in free agency, we're just gonna hold on to this money we have in free agency, man. You know,
We're just gonna hold on to it.
yeah,
I like that. It's really hard to compartmentalize because a lot of people are just focused on the draft when you're doing a draft show.
Yeah, I mean, and then a lot of people they have this passion for the trenches and the O line, and I do have a lot of respect for it, but it's not enough to OD in the draft for it. I'm not gonna overdo it.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were saying overdose.
Yeah.
Plank says, let's get it. I skipped the RB and go to edge. You still need a safety too. Let's not forget that. Then 5th pick, take running back in the 5th round. Now, I don't know. 5th might be a little too lean there. You might have to go 4th. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll find out here in a little bit. Let's get through it. Better O-line, make running backs look better. Facts, man.
I say vice versa.
Hey, running backs can make O-line look better too, and so can a quarterback. I know a lot of times where Peyton Manning audibled the crap out of stuff and moved some guys around left to right, right to left, and then got rid of the ball, and then 1, 2, 3, get rid of it. You know what I mean? He made a lot of guys look better. If you look back, he didn't get a lot of first rounders and all that. He got some late picks, and he made them
Most of these teams don't load up their offensive line with first round picks. They just don't.
Yeah. All right. If you give me a full Bible, I got to move on for you for time goes. But I appreciate that. Zach says tackle 10th and 70 center at 72. I'm not mad at that. I'd rather go guard at 10th.
But Chris Foster had an interesting one where he had laid out his free agency plans. This is interesting. Shout out to you, Chris Foster.
Yep. Shout out, buddy. Zach says, we'll use that for the free agency. Just hold on to that and copy and paste that like you do all Caleb stuff. Keep that going, everyone. Maybe that'll be a positive switch for the pasting. Zach says keep Shelton. He had 1 season of development in chemistry with Caleb, ranked 3rd best in pass blocking according to PFF. Develop rookie center, but no.
I mean, listen, if it gets that bad for us and we can't get one off the open market, then yeah. But and then we'll of course draft one to replace him in the next year. But
Listen, if you guys want us to get into the mock draft, quit giving us big old freaking things to talk 20 minutes about, man, because we've got to freaking answer this stuff, and we're not going to do it half sideways about it. We're an hour and 34 into this, baby. 124 in the building. Appreciate you guys. Zach said, I would franchise tag Shelton at center.
Yeah, you'll be fired.
You'll be fired, bro. You're done. They'll be calling. Your name will go. No, I'm not going to do that. Plank says 7 more. Let's go, baby. 7 more. Let's go. 6 more. Aunt Matt says, make sure you share this. Open the door. I don't care how late it is. Open up the door. Tell your neighbors to get on the show and make sure they subscribe and get on here. Let's go to 200. We got plenty of time. Aunt Matt says, plus we are developing Ricky Strong. Come on.
No. I like Stromberg a lot. But the thing about Stromberg, he has a back issue, and I haven't heard anything about his recovery, anything of that nature. But he's a very good player if he can stay healthy.
And that's why he got released, and that's why we picked him up for next to nothing. And right now we can't afford that. I understand what you're saying about developmental, but right now we're not drafting for developmental. On to the next one. Cook Munoz says, and that doesn't even sound sexy. Why would we get into that? Cooper Kupp might be available per rumors. I wouldn't be mad at Cooper for sure. But I think he's going to want a lot more than freaking Keenan Allen.
And that's another guy that needs to stay healthy.
Yeah, for sure. Zach says Shedeur, Ward, Dort, Milroe, Howard could all go early at QBs and push Abdul down the draft.
There is no way.
There's no way in hell that many teams in the top 10 need that many quarterbacks. Go look at it.
No way.
Like you can do your due diligence and go pull out all these names, but you got to go look at the teams that are in the top 10. And there's several of them in there that are not getting it. There's only 2 teams that is picking a quarterback in the top 10. Why would all those go and push Abdul down to us? There's no way.
Hey, Zach, pull me a shot, Zach. I want a shot of what you're drinking, man. Pull me a shot, brother.
Yep. Pete Prisco was calling Jaxson Dart the next Bo Nix. Well, I don't know who Pete Prisco is, but apparently he's passing Zach a shot too. Aunt Matt says we need to keep drumming the QBs up and hope a couple come out nowhere to go early like Danny Dimes. And Mitch Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky, I don't know who he, no lie. I follow football, born in 1984. I couldn't
believe you drafted him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was better than I thought he was going to be, being honest. I was cursing at Trubisky. Yeah, we're going down memory lane the wrong way. Forte and Tillman, love those guys. There you go. Short arms, I don't think they're that short. 33 inches isn't short. I mean, measure your arms and see how short those are. I've seen some tackles that do good with not so super long arms, but they're not the longest, but they're not the shortest. I've seen some good. I think people over exaggerate. I know some guys that can't even use the freaking length, man. They don't even know what to do with them, man. There is a certain point where you definitely need. Pull out a tape right now, everybody, especially if you're tall, and pull your arms out and measure those right now. I know what mine are, and I played left tackle, and they're longer than 33, but they're not like freaking 4 foot. You know what I mean? It's all what you can do with what you got. There's some guys out there with freaking way longer arms than that, and they don't even know how to use them. They overextend themselves because they've got bad freaking what Darius said. Go ahead, say it, Darius. They got bad what?
Technique, yeah. They I mean, short arms, the arms thing, it doesn't pass the measurement test, but it's all about your ability at the end of the day.
Come on, guys. Let's get up to 130. Let's hit that like and subscribe button. Share this show, man. Share this video out on XApp. All you beautiful people on YouTube, on Facebook. And yeah, man, for sure. All right. Zach says, I look up Will Campbell Pro Comp and it said Quran. What? There's no way. Dude. This guy is freaking half in the bag, dude. Quit drinking the cough syrup, buddy. Are you still drinking puckers? Because that stuff has been way outdated. Come on, man. Stay off that sour apple. It's making
This is hilarious, man. These guys are funny, man.
What's going on, bro? This is like it's like 1 o'clock infomercials like type stuff, you know?
Yeah, these guys are a trip.
You know? You gonna go buy some craziness on the freaking internet right now? What are you doing, man? You gonna go buy a freaking 3,000 count Egyptian sheet and you don't even use it? It always hits the floor when you sleep. What are you doing? Jeremy Munoz says Donovan is great. He can play guard or left tackle. There you go, buddy. There's a backup to what you said about Donovan, bro.
Donovan Jackson, he's a stud, man.
103 Plank says, yeah, I'm 103. Woo! 103, Cliff Victoria. What up, Cliff? Cliff's in the building.
Shout out to Cliff, man.
What up, Cliff? Love you, Cliff. Keep your split pea soup at the door. Dalton for did you hear about that? Did you hear about that show where Cliff started talking about split pea soup, bro?
Nah, I hear about it.
He's like a really good chef, dude. He makes all this brisket and stuff, and he's starting to freaking force feed me split pea soup. And I said, never in a million years. He goes, you don't even know till you try it. It's so good. It's so good. I'm like, you can't get me excited with freaking split pea soup. And then somebody said Linda Carter, well, that was what she used in The Exorcist when she spewed out. It was split pea soup or something, dude. So, and then somebody said, was it Chris Foster? Somebody said, oh, yeah, I think it was Chris Foster. He was like, oh, man, I'll eat split pea soup if I can French Linda Carter. I forgot. It was weird. It got weird after that. Bit 99 on X. Yeah, where are we at right now? We got 113 on X, and then 12. See that we've got two. We've got one on Brandon Chicago Sports Podcast, and then there's another one that's Chicago Bears Twitter. So go check that out. Chicago Bears Twitter. That's another one that a lot of people hang out in, and that's we're on there also. That's the one that my neighbor Greg Braggs started. He got a lot of his followers from there. Draft a center too. Ant-Man says 100 drafting a center at 72. I think that's rich because you're talking 42 spot. No, it's 72. You're talking 40 spots. You're moving up 40 spots. If anything, trade back from
and a 70. Guy like. And, people were saying, sign Dahlman at center, which I'm not. Listen, I would love that. And he's 26 years old. So drafting a center that early is a bit crazy. But.
Darius, this is what I do. I would take my 72 since we're already going to get a third potentially. It's not for sure yet. He hasn't left the building. We're acting like we already spent the money, even though the chickens haven't hatched yet.
Yeah.
Right? So look at this. Take 72, trade back. We'll try this, Darius. We'll try this today, okay? Remember me, because you're the GM, but you can veto it because you're the dude. I'm just the stooge that pushes the pen. 72, trade it back, get somebody around 80 or something, and then try to get somebody around the 112 and grab that center from Georgia. Let's see if we can do two things at once. Because I don't think that you should go for a guy that you could get at 112. I don't think you should grab him at 70. That's a huge reach.
Yeah, huge reach.
You wouldn't get fired off that, but you'd get a lot of looks.
Especially if you're talking about signing a 26-year-old guy to play center for you already.
Let's just say if Hallis Hall has somebody that gets 172 coffees in the morning, there'll be 171 for a while, okay? Zach says Swift had 959 rushing and 386 rushing. I don't know what that is. 1,300. Okay. All right. Several teams picking ahead of the Bears need D-line help. Walter Nolen is somebody he likes. Walter
Definitely.
Nolen.
I agree.
Where's that at?
Walter Nolen is a defensive tackle out of Ole Miss.
Okay. We'll take a look at him. Thank you. Thank you, Jeremy Munoz. Thank you, Darius. Cliff says draft is months away. Bears are signing Press Taylor as passing game coordinator. He was OC in Jacksonville last 3 years. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. I talked to Taylor Dahl from Florida. She covers the Jacksonville Jaguars, and she's a Bears fan. So she does Windy City Gridiron with Lester Wilfong. And she is not a fan. She does not like Press Taylor at all. She says at least he's not the offensive coordinator. At least he's not calling the offensive side of the ball. At least he's limited, and he's the passing game coordinator, and hopefully he's just that. But she's not a fan of him for whatever happened. I think she potentially interviewed the guy, and she knows a lot of stuff that that they weren't happy about over there in Jacksonville. Be honest.
Yeah, and that could be that could be a lot of things. There was a lot of things to be unhappy about in Jacksonville last season. Let's face it.
I want to talk to her because she usually doesn't reach outside of the box like that unless she's got a reason. So I want to at least hear what the lady has to say. 148 in the building. We just jumped from 125 to 148, baby. Woo!
Let's see if we can get to 200.
Let's get to 200. Make sure you share this video, man. Like and subscribe. Y'all know what to do. We appreciate your view. You guys are beautiful people. Thank you so much. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, man. We need you guys. We need you. We love you. Thank you. Turn your notifications on to all. And the last comment before we get into Darius D. Nice's freaking mock draft simulator is from Munoz. He says, yeah, Press Taylor brother is a coach in the NFL. Press was a part of the Eagles Super Bowl and the trick touchdown pass.
Yeah, he's a product of Peterson. Jacksonville Jaguars coach now and former Philadelphia head coach Peterson.
I got you. Yep. Actually, I was told, I forgot who it was, that they didn't have a problem with Peterson. They thought he was a good coach, that things were messed up over there. And I didn't, I tuned them out after they said that. I didn't want to hear the rest because I didn't care. But I had.
Like through all these organizations, yeah, we can throw the GMs and the coaches under the bus, but at some point, the players that get out there and do it every week on the field has to be held accountable. Like we cannot skip that part of it.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. 148, guys, 148. We've got 136 at XApp and 12 on YouTube. I hope some of y'all come over to YouTube. We need you for sure. Make sure you subscribe. Okay, let's get into this mock draft simulator. We're going to fire it up and share it. Hold on one second. Let me get over here. Where is it at? Okay. 3.
And I seen something interesting. Someone said something about Tez Johnson being unguardable at the Senior Bowl. Hell, if you ask me, he was unguardable during the season. I think he may have been catching 8 or 9 catches a game, man.
Can you see me?
Can I see you?
You could see me and the simulator, right, bro?
No, I just see the simulator. I don't see you.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Hold on. Oh. Yeah, I see what's going on there. Okay, hold on. Let me switch this up. Bro. Is that better?
Yeah.
But that might not be better for them to watch the mock. Let's see if they could watch the mock. Can you see it well or no?
I mean, I'll sacrifice my FaceTime so they can see it.
No. You're the one that's gonna be. Let me do mine. I'm not worried about it, bro. I All right, they see my face enough. All right, let's see. Let's see here. All right, I got you. I got you. Where was that at earlier? Was that this? That was that. Yeah.
Now we're both gone, but
we're both gone?
Yeah.
Hold up. Nope.
I'm larger than life now. I mean, if you wanna just do it like that, that's cool. Well,
was that it?
Well, we're both gone. It's just a simulator on the screen. Ooh.
Let's see what this looks like. Hold on, let me back out. What does that look like? Can they see it all or no?
They can't see it all. That looks like the Brady Bunch, man.
Brady Bunch?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks bad. I don't like that. I'm trying to get back to what we had earlier. I don't like that.
That's just a simulator right there.
I think that was it. There we go. Let's do that. I like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, that'll work. At least they can say they're not looking at paper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, here we go, bro. Here we go. Much love. All right. This is all you, okay? I still ain't going to be able to see it, but at least they can see me if they want to for whatever weird reason. Let's do it in the slow mode because I did normal and it went way too damn fast last time. So here we go. All right. You ready, Commish? You ready, GM?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, baby. All right. Entering the draft. Now we're going to entertain all draft trades. Now we got Shedeur Sanders, first pick, Tennessee. Hunter, cornerback / wide receiver, Browns. Cameron Ward, quarterback, Giants. Abdul Carter already in the 4th pick from Penn State. Mason Graham 5th. McMillan 6th. Raiders. Will Campbell 7th. Wow, that was early and fast. Mikkel, hold on a second. I'm going to hide this really quick so we can bring everybody up to speed. Mikkel Williams, 8th pick, edge, Georgia. James Pierce, edge, Tennessee. So this is what we got available. Oh, my gosh. Ashton Genty. This is a sign from God. This is what we got here, bro. We got Genty at 8, Starks, safety, Georgia at 10, Will Johnson, defensive back, Michigan, 11, Scorton, edge, Texas A&M, 12, Siobhan Revel, East Carolina, cornerback, 14, Tyler Warren, tight end, Kelvin Banks, 16, Booker's at 18 now because basically they really reached for Campbell, which is the first time I've ever seen that. So,
really?
I promise you, I swear on everything. Let's see
what they offering in trade.
Now, listen, we're going to go ahead and forego anything that says 2026 because that doesn't pertain to us because we're not going to be able to draft next year, this year. So if they try to make it look a little rich with that, we're going to go ahead and knock that out. 24 is way too far. 17 and 49, that's pretty nice. That's
just for 10?
Yeah, we're just going to look at that. We might get it. It's your decision. And then I don't like 27-59 because they're giving us 26 second and third. So if we're going to do any trade at all, I would say 17 and 49. So we get the 49th pick and we slide back 7. So that's your second round.
Let's do that.
You like that?
I like that.
All right, here we go. We're trading back. What was the chat's immediate reaction?
I can't see it.
Oh, you can't?
No.
Hold on, let me see. 146 in the building, baby. Woo! Let's get to 150, man. I wanted to trade up for Carter. Carter and Graham are gone. Expected trade up. What's available? They wanted to trade. We're way past that, buddy. Oh, now look at. Okay, we don't want to go with the Sea Chickens because they want to give us 18 in next year's second pick. Although that would be tempting if we were going to do that, but no. And then I want to kick this out because 31 and 63 is no bueno. No. So we're going to go ahead and pick whoever he wants to get right now. Genty actually dropped all the way to 14, and Booker went at 13. So this is who we have available right now. We got a safety. We got an edge. We got Jalon Walker. Oh my God, I wish we could get a linebacker. We got Cam.
I wish I could see it. I can't really see it. Like,
You can't see the draft picks or the people available?
yeah, I can't see the people available.
Oh, is that because we've got the – hold on. I think I know what's going on. I think why you can't see what's available. I think I know what's happening right now. Overlay. Let's take the overlay off. There we go. Now let's see if you could see it.
Let me see.
Can you see it now or no?
Not really, man.
All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and have to sacrifice some.
Let me see who we got up here. Where's the who's available?
How's that? Can you see that?
Not really.
Hold on.
Real small. I don't wear glasses, but this makes me feel like I may need to.
Hold on. I'm working at it. Okay, let's just do that then. Let's just do that. All right, let's see. Can you see that now?
Nah, I can't.
Hold on, let me see something. That better?
A little bit more. Give me a little bit more.
Shoot, man, you're like 80-year-old. You're only gonna be able to see like two numbers.
Man, it's crazy, man. I really can't see.
Hey, let me back up a little bit. I feel like I'm way too up.
Is that who's at the top there?
You got you got Starks from Georgia.
No.
At safety, Scorton edge, Walker linebacker, Cameron Williams tackle Texas, Morrison Notre Dame, Golden wide receiver, Derek Harmon Oregon, Josh Simmons 25th at Ohio State.
Give me the edge. Give me
Nick Scorton.
Yeah.
All right, let's read them off to everybody. 6'4", 280. We already love that. Rare blend of technical skill, bend, size, power. Though currently playing too heavy, trimming down should be enhance his explosive edge rushing. His pass rush moves polished years beyond his years. Fluidity at 280 pounds is striking with a strong lower half and room to define his power game. Scorton has the tools to develop into a dominant force. That's why we're picking him.
You know who he sounds like?
What's that?
He sounds like Cameron Jordan.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. We just picked him. Now we've got picks at thanks to your GM, we got picks at 39, 41, and 49. We're loaded, baby. Loaded. Let's see what the chat's talking about. According to a trade value chart, we got ripped off with that trade. Booker. Lose the comments. Josh Simmons. Tracks, read him the names. Simmons, do it. We'll see if he's available. I think he's gone. I would like to get that Armand Membou. Oh, somebody heard me. He's gone.
Oh, Purdue?
Yeah. Oh, Marion Hampton's available at 39.
That's where we're going. I'm telling you that right now.
He's gone. The Raiders picked him up.
Let me see.
Chargers want to trade us. We're rejecting both of those. Let's go ahead and get what we need. We got Walter Nolen at defensive tackle from Ole Miss. He's available. Jonah Savaiinaea from Arizona. He's available at 42. And then that's pretty much it. I mean, you could reach. You got Milum, offensive guard at 44.
Nah, let's go.
Josh Cornerly from Oregon. You got Deonte Walker at 48 and Caleb Johnson at 49.
Nah, let's go Nolen.
No, Nolen defensive tackle at 29. Yeah. That's a steal because you basically went from 10 spots. So Walter Nolen is a high upside talent with flash of dominance, but struggles with consistency. At best, he's disruptive, force overwhelming quarterbacks at ball carriers. However, he can also disappear for stretches, seemingly reacting too slow. His effort isn't the issue. It's about refining his instincts and processing. If a team can unlock his full potential, Nolen could be a steal in the draft. We're going to lock his potential with Dennis Allen, baby. Here we go. Boom. Now we got a pick at 41. See, I heard what he was saying, but I wasn't worried about it because you can't say if we lost a pick without getting the next pick because we got 2 picks for 1. You see what I'm saying? So it's incomplete at that point. So, okay, at 41, this is who we have available. We got Trey Amos, cornerback, Jihad Campbell, linebacker, Alabama, Trey Harris, wide receiver, Ole Miss, Jonah Savaiinaea, Arizona, the guy we talked about today at tackle.
Yeah. Nice.
Xavier Respo, wide receiver, Miami, Wyatt Milum, offensive guard at West Virginia, Landon Jaxson, edge, Arkansas, Princely, Uma at edge, Ole Miss, and Deion Walker, defensive tackle, Kentucky, Caleb Johnson, running back, Iowa.
All right, let's go.
And then the JT Tuilamola edge at Ohio State is a little bit below Ursi at offensive tackle, Minnesota.
All right, let's go to offensive guard real quick. Go to offensive, go to guard, and let's see what we got here.
Milum and Donovan Jaxson.
Okay.
We can still get Donovan Jaxson at what's our next pick?
48.
49 after this. He'll still be available. So we could go outside of guard and grab something else if you want.
Let's go to safety real quick.
Safety?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where's that at? That'd be defense, safety. 66, you got Kevin Winston. And then you've got Texas, Andrew Makuba, Latham Ransom at 82. We've got a ways where we could go ahead and wait and pick up a safety in the 70s.
Let's go guard.
Guard?
Yeah.
You don't want to go running back? You got Caleb
where's Junkins there?
Yeah, you got Junkins at 64, so you could still wait on him too.
Yeah.
Go to guard.
That's Caleb Johnson at 40. What's that?
49.
Yeah.
Well, our next pick is 49, but I think he gets picked before 49.
Let's go to guard.
Go to guard. Okay. Like I said, you got Wyatt Milum, and I know the crowd will go wild if you pick him up at 44. But you could also get Donovan Jaxson, but then that's a 13-point reach.
Yeah, that definitely is. But I really believe in Donovan Jaxson. I tell you what,
it's your call, bro.
I know. We're gonna scratch out. We ain't gonna even think about free agency. We're just gonna do draft. Give me Milum. Give me Miller's first.
All right, done deal. Let's see what the chat's immediate reaction is. Iowa running back is a badass. Donovan Jaxson. What are we doing here? Who we get at 1? Landon Jaxson, then Donovan. I'll tell you who we got at 1. 1 second. These guys are losing their mind.
Yeah.
Hold on. They feel like we're really doing something here. Hold on. No, I don't like that one. We're not trading with the enemy, although the enemy is really giving us something. They're giving us 54 for 49 and 87, and this is actually – what do you guys think in the chat? Or what do you think, GM? I think this is a good fucking trade right here.
I don't trust the Packers, man.
Okay, we're rejecting it then.
Fuck them, yeah.
I hear you, buddy. I hear you. Calm down. All right, here we go. This is who we picked up so far. We picked Nick Scorton, edge out of Texas A&M, 17th pick. Then we got Walter Nolen, defensive tackle, Ole Miss. Then we got Wyatt Milum, offensive guard, West Virginia. Now with the 49th pick.
At the 49, what do we have?
Dude, you got Donovan Jaxson, bro. He's still there at 54.
No, I'm talking about after the Jaxson. I mean, after the 49th pick.
72.
All right. I'm taking Donovan Jaxson here.
I want to trade 72 back if we can, though.
I'm taking Donovan Jaxson here.
All right, Donovan Jaxson. Here we go. This is why we want Donovan Jaxson, boys. Pay attention. He's poised to be a top-tier offensive lineman in the 2025 draft, showcasing an impressive resume at Ohio State. 6'4", 320. He combines sharp intelligence, explosive mobility, and powerful strength. With solid athleticism and punchy hands, Jaxson has all the tools to become a long-term force on an NFL offensive line. Man, if that doesn't spell better than a taillight warranty, I don't know what is, baby. Let's go. All right. Okay, Donovan Jaxson, now center. And Munoz is losing his mind. He wants Caleb Johnson now, baby.
Yeah. Johnson has durability issues, man, from what I've read. You know, we don't want a guy like that.
We'll get a running back for you. Settle down, Munoz.
As a matter of fact, let's go over to the running backs right now. Let's look at them right now because I think that's where I want to go next.
Caleb Johnson still available at 49. He must get injured on the way to the draft. Quinton Judkins is available at 64. Trayvon Henderson is available at 67. And then it goes down. You got Jayden Higgins, 90. Scatabo, 95. Tootin, 116. Ole Gordon. Yeah. Maffa.
He's another interesting guy too, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Did they already take? Martinez is available. Hey, come on, Green Bay, leave us alone. Hey, listen, Damian Martinez is available at freaking 246, dog.
Yeah. He this is what we got available at running back right now.
Right now, we're at 72. We've got I think we trade back so we can go get that center.
I tell you what, let's go to tackle right now.
Offensive tackle?
Yeah, let's see what we got.
You got Holland Pierce from Rutgers, Greg Zabel at 96.
What do we have Pierce at? What's his number?
Pierce is at 89. I want Greg Zabel at 99. I think we take 72 and we force multiply and try to trade with somebody, bro.
Let's see what's going on.
Trade?
Let's go receiver.
Receiver. Okay.
Real quick.
Okay, no problem. You got Jayden Higgins at 72. You got Oregon, Tez Johnson, Jalen Royals, Kyron Lacey, Torrey Horton from Colorado State.
Yeah. Let's see what we can deal off then. Let's see what the people will go for in a trade.
Proposed trade. Who do we want to trade? How far we should go back though? 80 with the Colts or Washington Cardinals?
I like 80. 80. I like 80.
All right. Proposed trade with the Colts. We're going to go 72 to 80. And then what do you want? You want to get 116? Let's see if they'll do 116 first, okay?
Yeah, why not?
Then if they don't, then we'll try to hit up 152. But I think that's maybe we should go to Washington. If they don't give us 116, we'll go to Washington and see if they got a closer than 152. Let's see. Rejected.
Of course.
We don't want to trade with the Colts anyway. Forget you guys. All right, so we're going to go to Washington now. What's the chat saying? They're saying, you guys suck.
Yeah.
148. We probably do. Rejected.
No love, huh?
No, I think we need to go let's try the Sea Chickens. Let's trade proposed trade to Seattle. Where they at,
if this
man?
don't work, we're gonna draft a safety at 72, man.
All right, brother. No problem, man. I appreciate it.
We're gonna see what.
Hey, look at 137. Let's see. Rejected. All right, we're gonna get a safety.
Let's go to the safeties, man. Let's see if we can get that safety from Iowa State.
Iowa State, Latham, yeah, at 82, he's available. We're picking him up at 79. That's only a 3 reach.
Let's go.
Let's go. We got a safety. Let's see if the chat's losing their mind now. They want to skin us alive.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Zabel, Dam, Judkins, anybody than what we picked. They hate us. They hate us, man. They're asking for. They want our lows right now. They want our lows.
That's cool. That's fine.
No, they didn't ask for lows. All right, I gotta unpause the draft. What happened?
It's going.
Yeah. Oh, there's a bunch of trades going off. See, I told you you guys should have traded like they did.
Yeah.
So it seems to me like the majority of the people want a running back, right?
Oh, now they want a running back. Hell, I wanted a running back early, but they took my running back. Maybe I should just went on and took Genty at 10.
No. I misspoke. Munoz wants a running back in Judkins. Antmass wants a center. Munoz wants a running back for sure. He's heavy on that. And then he also said Zabel, and then he said Tez. So he's just throwing stuff out at this point.
He's not wrong. I mean, those are very talented.
No, those are good names.
Yeah.
So we are going to be in the 5th round once we get to our pick.
We got nothing in the 4th?
No. We could stop trade for next year into the 4th to get something for this year.
Let's see what we can do.
All right, let's pause the draft then. Let's trade with the Jets. All right, we are going to do 149. No, we want to keep 149. Let's get rid of 204. And then what?
Give him a future second, future third or something. Future second. Hell, we won't use it anyway.
Just all by itself, nothing for this year?
Give him that 6. What's that? The 6th round pick right there.
235.
Yeah, give him a future second, man. That should be enough to move him.
Future second?
Yeah.
You don't think a third is worth a try or no?
Nah.
Okay.
No, they've been kind of stingy, man.
They accepted it.
That works.
They loved you.
Yeah, that works.
Let's see what the chat's got to say.
Let's see if we can get a running back out of this, man.
Tracks definitely need to figure out. Listen, you cannot 151 in the building. Let's get to 200, baby. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome.
Please like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. For you guys that's new in it.
Love you guys. Love you guys. You guys are amazing. All right, here we go. Getting back into the draft. Where we draft best. You guys love us at draft. We're the amazingest draft peoples ever. All right. All right, 109. What do you got? What do you want, bro? You want offense, defense?
Let's look at running back first.
All right, running back. Here we go. We got Scatabo, Tootin, Ollie Gordon, Phil Maffa, Monangi, Sanders, Brashard Smith, Dillon Sampson. We ain't going that far, dude. It's either Scatabo or Tootin.
What number is Ollie Gordon?
Ollie's 127. Our next pick is 149. So at that point, we might as well just go ahead and
pick up. What we picking right now?
Huh?
What are we picking at right now?
109. We could trade 109 back, though.
Go back to tackle real quick.
Offensive tackle?
Yeah.
Okay. Trey Wettig, Anthony Belton, Chase London, Charles Grant. Oh, let's look at center.
Yeah, let's look at that.
Yeah,
Too.
Jared Wilson, dude, at 109, he wants 112.
That's the
Jared
Georgia kid, right?
Jared Wilson, Georgia. Yeah, 6'3", 310.
Is Majors still there?
No, Majors is dude, you know Gus Hartwig? He's got Ken in the NFL. I think he played for the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's his daddy or not.
Could be. They definitely. They probably. I wouldn't. I'll put some money saying that they related somehow.
Oh yeah. We either gonna go. What? We're gonna go.
Let's go back to tackle.
Offensive tackle. Okay. Trey Wettig, Anthony Belton, and then it drops to Lunt, Grant, Trapilo, Barber.
Let's go to running back.
Running back?
Yeah.
Scatabo?
Why not?
How?
Let's do Scatabo. Why not?
Let's see what everybody says about Scatabo. Scatabo? Oh, they're all saying center. Everybody's saying center. Everyone and their mama's saying center.
Oh no, we can get a center.
One person did say Scatabo, Munoz.
Let's go Scatabo, man.
We could always go get the Jonah Monaheim at 146, at 149. Maybe he'll slide back. We could pick him up, from USC. All right, Scatabo?
Yes, sir.
All right. Scatabo it is. Why the hell can't I pick him? What's going on? Oh, I got to resume the draft. That's why. Scatabo. All right, we got Scatabo, baby. Woo! And then Wilson goes right after.
Scatabo's a football player, man. He's a football player.
Yeah, he's a football player, buddy.
He's a football player, man. No doubt about it.
Yep. And, we'll probably pick up a dang running back in the free agency anyways. That's the way I look at it. So, yep. Let's see. What are they saying? Georgia center is great, of course. Anybody that we got, they didn't want. Especially that freaking Cliff. He's the one that's getting everyone riled up.
Like the guys I wanted were taken, man.
Yeah.
So listen, I'm going with the next guy on the list.
You know what set us off was that trade back early. That's what did it when it changed everything. Plus, the way they were drafting was very weird, man. It was very weird. When you saw and you got Compton that early, I mean, I've never seen someone reach. He's normally at 18.
Yeah, Campbell.
Yeah. He was like top 10, dude. That was crazy. I felt like Sean was on the other side making the pick.
But listen, man, that's how the draft really happens, though, man. Like things go a lot, a lot different than you expect them to go, man.
No, I hear you, brother. I hear you. I ain't saying you're wrong. I'm just saying.
Let's see. Who all we got so far? In my head, I can't really see it.
Picks, we've got. Here's what I got so far for us, okay? On our picks, we've got Scorton, edge, Nolen, defensive tackle, Milum, guard, Donovan Jaxson, guard, Ransom, safety, Scatabo, running back. We still got 149, 204, and 242. We got 3 more picks, baby.
We're going to find us a tackle.
All right, well, here we go. Offensive line tackle.
Yes, sir.
All right, we got Brandon Crenshaw, Nelson from Wisconsin, Cooper, Oklahoma State, Christian Lichener. You know when they got those hyphenated, you're late in the draft. Rivers, 240, Carson Vincent, 292, John Williams, Cincinnati, 300, Drew Shelton, 307, Penn State.
Let's go. Let's see let's see who's the best available.
For all,
Mm-hmm.
Quincy Riley, cornerback out of Louisville, and then guard 143 out of Cincinnati, Luke Kandra.
I like him.
Luke Lakey from tight end from Iowa, from tight end university.
Yeah.
And then at 146, you got Jonah Monheim from USC for center.
Why not? Let's go there.
But then you also have Miles Frazier from LSU at guard.
Well, we got 2 guards already. Let's get to center. Yeah.
All right. 6'4", 307. Give somebody Caleb's snap balls to before. Why not?
Familiarity, man.
Yep. I noticed your butt. All right. All right. Let's see here. Next one, like I said, is 204, so we got some time. Let's see what the beautiful people in the chat are yelling at us about. What's up, guys? It's way too late to take a tackle. Oh, God.
Never too late to take a tackle.
148 in the building. We love you guys. Thank you for showing up. Hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you so much. We appreciate your view. Thank you for hanging out on Monsters of the Madhouse with D Nice and Brandon Trax Hyatt. Now,
we already got 2 young starting tackles anyway.
Oh, I know. We're killing it, man. I love this draft. Listen, when you're talking about getting need, we got an edge at 17. We got a defensive tackle. We got 2 guards at Wyatt Milum, Donovan Jaxson. You got a safety at Latham Ransom from Ohio State. Running back Scatabo, which everybody's been talking up and love. The only person that they're probably not in love with out of all these, if they're really soul searching, is Jonah Monheim from USC at center, but he's not going to be the guy that's starting and snapping the balls, you know?
Yeah.
He's the second best center in the draft.
Yeah, he's gonna be a backup. Right,
backup. Yep. In case that guy goes down, because that's what happens when you go get a veteran center, is those potentially could go down. That guy's right there, waiting in the wings, ready to go. All right, Caleb, you ready? You remember me? Okay, let's do this. So, take that. Scatabo, concussion history, I would stay away. What up, Jay Capone? How you doing, man? Let's hit that subscribe button. We appreciate you being a first-time viewer.
Jay Capone was on with me earlier.
What's that?
He was on with me earlier in the earlier show. He's a new subscriber, man. Welcome, man. Appreciate you kicking it with us, Jay. Jay the Don.
All right, here we go. 202, 203, 204. We're up. We're up, buddy.
What are we looking at? You see Rivers at tackle from Miami?
Offensive?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rivers. Jalen Rivers, tackle Miami. 6'5", 325.
Who's it? Oh, that's the guy. I can't really see. It's that guy with the hyphenated name at the top.
Yeah, Gerard Christian hyphenated Lichenhan.
Where you from?
He's 6'8", 328 from Oregon State.
Shit.
He's a Beaver. 6'8".
I like it. I like his size.
I don't like 6'8". I think that's a bit much. I'm not. I
50.
like Jalen Rivers from Miami size better. 6'5" does me a little better.
I like Jalen Rivers, period. I watched him quite a bit. Let's get in.
All right, we're drafting a tackle. Got us a tackle, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what they said. Is Jimmy Horn available? Jimmy Horn Jr.? We'll go check. He usually is.
Yeah,
you definitely need a receiver. I wouldn't
wide receiver anyway, but I'm more of Jimmy Horn's nice, but Is the other guy from Colorado on there, Will
360. Damn, that's way back. Yeah, he's definitely available.
he's gonna be a steal for somebody though.
Oh yeah.
Is wide receiver
Will Shepard from Colorado
yeah,
State at
yeah.
249. He's available. 6'2", 198.
Hey, that guy can move, man.
Yeah, look at this. Will Shepard is an intriguing wide receiver who matches the architect type, often sought as a wide receiver. He has length and fluidity in his side, but lacks the play strength to clean releases off the line, then break tackles with the ball in his hands. That length certainly helps him in contested catch situations, which he needs to have as struggles to create separation consistently. There's a lot of good technique elements to his game, but unless he can develop into either a speed or a strength-based receiver, he may not able to carve out a role in an offense.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that he can't get separation, but he looks so fast in Colorado, man. Who's at the top up there, wide receiver?
Ja'Cory Brooks from Louisville. 6 foot, 191. Caught attention to NFL teams and earned 2025 Shrine Bowl invite. Known for his creating highlight plays and contributing on special teams. He was an Alabama transfer to Louisville. Game-breaking speed and explosive athleticism. He was a Louisville Cardinal leading receiver.
Game-breaking speed, huh?
Yeah. You can't coach speed.
At 6 feet, 200?
6'1".
6'1", 200.
Yeah. Let's resume the draft. All right.
How about tight end? Can't never have enough of those, right?
Yeah, you got Jake Bringstool from Clemson. Clemson had – no, that was Syracuse. John Michael Gillenborg from Wyoming. Brent Queet from Utah. Ursoak from Georgia. Jalen Conyers from Texas Tech. Bartholomew from Pittsburgh. Caden Prescorn. Man, why are all these guys' names all goofy, man, at the end of the draft? God, I don't even want to say their names, man. Who you want, man? We got one more pick here. 242 coming up right now. Coming in hot.
Let's see who's best available. They probably have a tight end up there.
Probably, yeah. It's probably that bring my stool from oh, dude, Jack Kaiser, linebacker, Notre Dame at 215. I say we get Jack Kaiser. He was the freaking captain on the defense, linebacker from Notre Dame, 6'1", 227. Or you get the tight end from Clemson, Jake Brenningstool, and then Teddy Bookham from California, linebacker. Glendon Miller from Maryland, safety. Jaquindon Jaxson, running back, Arkansas.
He's pretty good, but now let's go back to receiver. Let's get the guy out of Louisville, man. Explosive guy that can do some work for us on special teams. We need an explosive guy.
He's gone. Will Shepard's still there. Ja'Cory Franklin from Illinois is there.
I don't know much about him. I've heard his name once or twice.
Let's see what the chat's saying. Let's give one to the chat. What do they want? I like Will. I was just thinking of a speedster for Ben Johnson, says Jay Capone.
Yeah, I like Will Shepard, man. He's one of those guys. Let's go back to safety real quick. Is the guy available from TCU? Probably not.
Ben Wallace, Pittsburgh, Mastromano, Florida State, Alabama. These are kickers and punters. Why am I looking at? Oh, God. Okay, Glendon Miller, Maryland, Vanderbilt, Wright, Verdon from Iowa State, Jaxson from Georgia, Hook, Toledo, Taylor, Vanderbilt, Sanker, Virginia, Gallup Jr., Howard, Trader Jr., Maryland, Iowa State, Cooper, Miles Scott, Illinois.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting way down into
It was
330s.
way down there. Hey man, this is the last pick, right?
Yeah, dude.
Listen. Let's see what we can get as far as a wide receiver is concerned. Somebody that can run some kicks back for us. Let's see if we get an explosive guy, man.
Explosive. They're not going to give us
They're probably going to give us a grade on some of these guys.
No. Let's see what the chat says. If they don't say anything, give that guy Horn at least, because no, I don't think anyone's hanging out for this, this far. 150 in the building. What's up, guys? Hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate you. What about Chris Mitchell from Notre Dame? What's he? Foster from Michigan State. I'm trying to find somebody that might ring a bell from like Big Ten,
Yeah. Hey man, let's go with your guy though. Let's go with the linebacker, man.
What made you switch over to that? You could have done that earlier, bro. 6'1", 227. I'm telling you, man, one of the drafts I did, it might have been the last one or the one before. This guy went bananas. He knew all about some Jack Kaiser from Notre Dame. He said, this is the guy. This is the guy that's the captain, and he's a beast on the defense.
He can play some special team for us, man. Pick him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know he played special teams.
Oh, he will. He will in the NFL. That's for sure.
All right, we're done. This is our draft. This is what we got. We got Nick Scorton, edge out of Texas A&M. Walter Nolen with the 39th pick, defensive tackle, Ole Miss. Wyatt Milum, offensive guard, West Virginia. Donovan Jaxson, offensive guard, Ohio State. Him or Milum might be the best guy that we picked up in the draft, period. But make no mistake about it, I'm excited to hear about that Nick Scorton for sure, man.
Yeah.
Lathan Ransom, safety, Ohio State. Let's hope we don't have to use him, but if we do, he'll be available. Cam Scatabo, running back, Arizona State. Jonah, running back. Jonah Monheim, where's he at? Offensive center, USC. Jalen Rivers, tackle, Miami, offensive tackle, Miami. And Jack Kaiser, linebacker, Notre Dame. That is your draft class, ladies and gentlemen.
Address the trenches. Got a running back.
Plank says it's late show. Great show. D nice tracks. Chat lively as always. Bear down.
Bear down, Plank.
I was a little worried about that Scatabo concussion history, but let's get real. I just want to say one thing really quick. Okay? I don't think at all that a lot of people are real with the concussion thing. Okay?
Yeah.
Just because it's out there and you heard about it doesn't mean that somebody hasn't had one from grade school all the way up, even non-football.
Yeah, it's not, a lot of people don't have a very good knowledge of, what's what, but it really is a reason for concern, regardless of what position you play. It's a serious thing, because these guys will and should have a future beyond the game of football.
For sure,
that is something to take into consideration when drafting these guys. But I don't think if these things are severe enough, I don't think these guys will be available to be drafted if it's that severe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Bro, we already got 100 on the YouTube right now. As many people that were over on X, they've been doubling over. They've been doing the YouTube and then heading. Listen, 148 on X app. If you guys could kindly find our YouTube channel, make sure you like and subscribe, comment on the show. if X is your spot to watch the show, and I know why,
Mm-hmm.
and why nobody's on Facebook, because Facebook is like grandma and grandpa stuff, because you get all the live updated information that we're all waiting to hear about, all the breaking news from XApp, and then everybody else touches it from Instagram, and then Facebook finally gets it. So I understand why you guys are checking it out on XApp. But if you guys could show us some love on YouTube, that'd be great. We'd appreciate you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, however you guys are watching, man. Thanks for watching, man.
Yep. So, all right, guys, that is the conclusion of Monsters of the Madhouse with D Nice and Brandon Trax Hyatt. We love and appreciate the fact that we are able to spend some time with you beautiful people, breaking down the Senior Bowl Day 2 winners and losers, and also hanging out with D Nice and his mock draft. Like I said, I think we did really good with this mock draft simulator. We went out and, took a look and went and looked at the edge, the offensive lineman, the defensive tackle. We went out and got a safety. We went out and got a linebacker. We went out and got a running back. We went out and got a center. And I think we ended up getting another tackle too, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I almost doubled down on running back. You guys are lucky. You guys are lucky. I like you guys.
Hey, look. Slick just subscribed, man. I've seen Slick on here a couple times, and he's a first-time subscriber. I appreciate that, Slick.
Hey, welcome, so Slick. Welcome, Slick. You're going to enjoy what we have going on here at CSP. I promise you.
For sure, man. For sure. All right. So, Darius, you'll be on tomorrow night. We're very excited to shape shift and get that show ready for you. Usually on a Friday Eve, we like to unpack like some breaking news, so that way, and Darius has been in that spot a couple times, man. He's been thrusted into that position a couple times, once earlier today and a few days ago for Ben Johnson. He was there live before anybody else. He was on at 2:30, and the news broke at 2:35, and Darius was like, he wasn't ready for it, but man, it was awesome, dude. He did a great job.
Caught me off guard, man. Caught me off guard.
Yeah, man, it was awesome. So, yep. So, hey, man, we appreciate you. 166, you beautiful people. We love you. Thank you guys so much.
Welcome.
So, all right, you guys have a good night. We appreciate you guys. Have a good night. Chi-Town up and bear down, guys.